3,
Do you have a
2,
cough button on this thing, by the way?
1. No, I don't. All right, podcast. I think this is number 9. John Angel Podcast. I have Nick Mangiardi, Sean Nelson. What's up, guys?
What's
How's it
going
going?
on?
How are you? First and foremost, let's cheers.
Salud.
This could get a little crazy. This could get a little wacky. Why? Simply because we're talking UFOs. I'm excited. I wanted to bring you guys on here because I didn't know this, but what was it, like 6 months ago?
Yeah.
I just realized you guys were into this as much as I am.
Yeah.
Not only that, I feel you guys know more about it than I do, so
Yeah.
most of the time I'm going to sit back and just listen and go, really? Oh, shit. But UFOs can get crazy. Okay, we can go down so many rabbit holes, we probably will. But I think if we keep it to just Bob Lazar in Area 51 and Unacknowledged with Stephen Greer, I think that's going to be enough rabbit holes for us to go down.
You watched it, right?
Yeah.
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 Did you watch it?
Watched
Bits and
Okay.
pieces.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so who wants to go first?
Nick.
UFOs.
Hit it on.
Let's just go with the 1947 Roswell, New Mexico. I think that's the turning point of all this.
Yeah, that reminds me a little bit of like the Kennedy assassination. Not to go off on a tangent,
No,
but
that's-
in the regard of it's so convoluted by now, you don't know what to believe. There's stories about the rancher that found it, and then the Marcel, I think, was the military guy who actually was
Picked
called
up the
out
pieces,
there.
right?
Was called out to the site to look
Yeah.
at everything, and his son has given interviews that said his dad brought home pieces of metal that he's like, son, look at this. It could not be burned, couldn't be bent, couldn't be dented, couldn't be damaged at
But
all.
it was light.
It was really light, very
Super
light,
light,
like the thickness of tinfoil.
Right.
And then there was some other stuff, they called it magic metal or something, that they crumpled up, they laid it out, and it just flattened
Reformed.
out.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, to me, I mean, that may not be extraterrestrial. We could have maybe found some sort of material that would do that and flatten, go back to like
And we were
memory metal.
testing it?
I think it's called memory metal, if I remember. There is something
Do
out
they
there.
actually have that now? Memory metal?
They may, I don't know.
But
I don't
in
know.
the 40s?
Not in the 40s, maybe
Right.
not. And that's why they say a lot of that stuff trickled down into, first, the military, obviously.
Yeah.
Everything, military gets it all first.
Yeah.
And then it trickles down into, like, corporate America, and they sell it to the public.
Civilian American.
I've heard, and who knows if it's true or not, I heard, like, fiber optic came from that. Integrated circuit might have come from that recovered crash.
Really?
Yeah. Again, this is all storied rumors. The timeline kind of makes sense, because when did we get computers? I don't even know.
70s?
Look it up.
Yeah,
Late
Computer.
60s.
Computer. When did
Late
computers
60s.
start?
Yeah, the first computer. Well, I know that like during like the Apollo missions,
Right,
they
that
were
was
talking
70,
about a
yeah.
computer taking up a whole room or something. So
Yeah, they were huge. They were humongous for a long time. You couldn't get one.
ask computers released to the general public or something. Integrated circuit chips.
Who invented the first computer? Or is any of that brief
was
history?
IBM.
Just search when were computers
wish we had Siri.
introduced to general. Yeah.
Yeah. Computers introduced.
To general public.
1946.
No.
Well, I can't.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
85 computers.
Crossword clue.
Huh.
Oh, and that's the other thing. What defines a computer, really? That could be-
46 they were introduced? Well,
I
radar
don't
was
think so.
around then, but...
Radar.
Yeah,
wasn't
so
around
that
then.
that
Radar
might
was
be
not.
what they consider a computer.
Yeah, see, that's kind of vague. But anyway, so
Yeah,
you
so
figure,
anyway.
okay, do it this way. In high school, when I was in high school, they had, we had computer class, and it was kind of at the beginnings, and that was in the early 90s.
Right.
So figure, at best, maybe beginning of the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
no. For
so you figure the natural progression of events, the military finds something.
A slow release.
Yeah, they got to figure out what is this before they let anybody know they got it. So years of research development, going through everything, trying to figure out
backward engineering.
yeah, all that stuff, and then
reverse engineering.
and then they're going to use it. I've heard both reverse engineering and backwards engineering. But as soon as they figure out how it works, they're going to release it to the military, and they're not going to tell the public about that. Military is going to use it,
Yeah.
and then slowly but surely, as their technology grows, when they're maybe 500 steps ahead of what they started with, then they'll release the little stuff to the people.
Did you hear about that crazy thing that the government just released about I think it's a laser that can focus on your heartbeat.
No,
It can
and
distinguish
take
your heartbeat, and the laser can focus on it. Or
Like,
or
it-
do I have that ass
Is it for
backwards?
like identification for going,
Yeah.
For tracking purposes?
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody can hit a laser, and if they hit your heartbeat, they know who you are by your heartbeat. Something like that. Now, how they get our heartbeats, I
Right.
don't know. Maybe it's when we go through airport security. They're taking our heartbeat. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
they
anyway,
have to have something to reference that to.
But anyway, that's.
I believe it. I don't, I
but
don't know how it works.
what
but-
I'm saying is that's the stuff we're hearing about.
Exactly.
What
Right.
we're not being here.
Yeah, it could be stealth suits. It could be all this stuff we don't know about. There could be
So
a
a lot
government
of
guy
people
in here
that
right
have
now.
been heard involved in the subject that know a ton more than me.
Yeah.
They, I think Ben Rich is the guy who quoted this, and he was apparently, I think he was the CEO or the founder of Lockheed Martin Skunk
Yep.
Works.
Skunk Works.
Skunk Works.
That's the division that does all the high tech stuff of Lockheed
Yeah.
Martin.
Yep.
And he said something to the effect of, my numbers might be wrong, my years might be wrong, but he said, whatever you can imagine, we're 100 years ahead of that.
Right.
Whatever you can think of in your mind,
Long since
we're
been
100
done.
years ahead of that.
Yeah. So I guess we'll.
He may have said that, it may have been something else, but I do know that he said we have the technology to take ET home. That
Yep.
I know he said that.
Yep, he did that.
The
for
other
sure.
stuff about being far ahead of whatever we can imagine, someone said that. Some
That's
CEO of
That's
something.
Stephen Greer said that.
Yeah, but he got it from.
Or did he
somebody.
pull a quote from somebody?
He pulled a quote from somebody. I think.
Yeah. So I guess
think.
we'll just transition to that unacknowledged. The first 3 minutes of that montage of how like
Will they
society
play that
sucks.
song? What is that song they play?
Oh, what a beautiful world!
Yeah.
I see skies.
Yeah.
You know that guy.
Yeah.
That I thought, what the hell is this? And here's the thing. How this is what I thought of acknowledged. Okay, I thought like I have a tendency to buy in bullshit pretty quick, and I
Yeah.
have to actually pull myself back and go, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Because I think the reason why we're here talking about this now is because I don't know what percentage you guys are in believing of UFOs or not. But there's a certain I mean, it's higher than the average person, or else we wouldn't be here talking about it, right? Now, I don't know what stages we are in what we believe versus what we think is possible, but I think we're all open-minded enough to go, okay,
Yeah.
Feasible. Yeah.
that works. All right. Like if ET came and knocked on the door, I'd be like, okay, they're here.
Finally.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Good. They're here. But unacknowledged, what I got from that was it got really weird, man. I feel like that entire movie or that documentary was based off 15 minutes of alien stuff. The rest of it was how shady our government
And
is.
that's the good part. And it's based on, if you take them for
The
face value,
military
interviews
industrial
and
complex.
yeah. Well, and you saw that Eisenhower exit speech or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be aware of the military industrial complex. Yeah.
Who said that to me? I heard that, and they made a great point. Back in the day when airwaves were real scarce,
Yeah.
right? His last speech ever, the last time he was going to be on television where it actually meant something, he decided to warn us.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah. And
Right?
the thing, what's even more crazy is everybody saw that, but no one talked about it.
Yeah.
It was.
The story should have been, what is he talking about?
Exactly.
Where's this going? What does he mean by that?
That's a
No one
scary
says that.
thing.
Yeah, it is.
I would have to say I'm a big believer. I don't know how far they're in depth, but I can believe that way more than a UFO. That the whole idea of a shadow government that has its own navy, its own air force,
you
its
watch-
own black ops.
You're almost quoting exactly that video I sent you of that Hawaiian senator congressman.
Yes, that guy. Yes, I am quoting him.
Yeah.
That's
Word for
for
word.
sure. Yeah. That stuff scares the shit out of me. Because what if they are, guys? What if they're holding all of this shit back?
I don't think that's more likely than not. I don't know how much to what extent it goes to,
Right.
but for sure there's
Yeah.
something behind the scenes that goes on. And
That's what got me with unacknowledged.
yeah,
Was
It's- Yeah, that was an awesome documentary. She's coming out with another one too, if it hasn't been released already. And I don't know what it's called off the top of my head.
But here's where I'm kind of here's where I've left Stephen Greer. I think he's kind of a weirdo.
He is a little bit, definitely.
Because when he starts talking about close encounters of the fifth kind, where
And
you can
he's-
go to a desert and you can meditate and they're going to show up at any time.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
to
hang
another
out.
level.
That's where I was like, I
Questionable.
started watching his first movie, Sirius.
yeah,
All right, and I got 30
that's the one with
minutes.
the little alien guy.
Yeah, that ended up being a baby.
Yeah,
Like a human
I
baby?
never saw it, but is
Yeah.
that what it ended up?
It ends up becoming a human baby. He's on Joe Rogan's podcast
Oh, I saw that
for
podcast,
sure,
actually.
100% this is an alien.
Yeah, and that's what I don't like when
Yeah.
people say without a question, that's it. Well,
I think he got excited,
yeah,
right?
But you still have to have a little bit of self control.
You especially if you're going like you're gonna show a movie.
Yeah.
And on the movie, the
Yes.
guy's like, yeah, this is a like pygmy like child from childbirth that was stillborn.
Yeah,
and
and-
it's like,
yeah.
oh,
Right.
okay. Well, now you look
Yeah.
like an idiot.
Because before that came out, before that was released, I was seeing stuff and I was like hearing him talk about it, the trailers and everything. I'm like, how can he go out on a limb and say that this is an alien? It is for sure 100% like hook, line, and sinker. He was in. He was committed to it, and
think it
I
takes
just
away
I
some of
just
the
didn't buy that
credibility
because
of it,
number
too,
one,
right?
it would be people would you think that it would be on the news and stuff.
Right.
Just like do you ever see that show Finding Bigfoot or whatever?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all released after they tape it, right?
6 years now, they still haven't found him.
So yeah, but my point is, like, say the second episode in that took place, 2 months before it aired. If they really found Bigfoot, you think they would wait until it was released on A&E or whatever?
Oh
to
yeah,
tell-
no shit. They'd
that
be
was
on
huge.
that quick.
Yeah.
They'd be like, go.
got 'em.
Yeah.
What is it? What is
Yeah.
it? Emergency broadcast right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
we
yeah.
have them right
Break-
now. This is
breaking
live.
news. Yeah.
They would not wait till the end of it. So those are such bullshit things, especially those ghost people. You know, like,
Yeah.
what was that?
Oh yeah.
What was that?
Sensationally.
It's the house.
I tell you what though, have you ever heard of Skinwalker Ranch?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just watched a whole
And
documentary
that
on it.
Bigelow guy, I don't think he owns it anymore, but what's his name? Something Bigelow. He's the owner of Bigelow Aerospace.
Yes.
He's got a bunch of government contracts. He bought that for, if I understand right, he bought that for a little while. He bought the ranch. And I don't
That's-
think he owns it anymore, but there's some wacky shit that
Yeah,
they
but
say. half
that's
the time.
not. That's more supernatural stuff, right?
It is like shape shifting and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the wolf that was the size of a cow that came.
All
and they-
kinds of
and they,
wacky
and they
stuff.
got to pet it.
Right,
Because that's the
right.
first thing
That
I
I
would
didn't
do.
hear.
Yeah.
It's the first thing
I
I
would
would
have
do.
had a wolf, yeah, with
Yeah.
my
The
ass.
Nick, the first day that family moves in, okay?
Yeah.
They're unpacking. They see a huge animal walking to them.
Yeah.
They walk out there.
I'm going to pet it.
They pet it.
I get my
And
gun
according
out.
to him, they're petting it. They're talking about whether they can keep this thing or not as
It's
a
our
pet.
pet.
It decides, it looks over and it goes, oh, you guys have some calves. And it finds a little baby calf and it starts dragging it out, okay?
Eating it to eat it?
Yeah, to eat it. They start trying to beat this thing. This thing isn't even acknowledging that it's beating
Not
it,
even like,
right?
like a fly on it.
He says he takes a gun and he shoots it,
yeah.
right? Thing doesn't even acknowledge it got shot.
Yeah.
It's still just trying to rip this calf's head out. Keeps going. He says he puts his gun, put the gun to the wolf's head, shoots the head, doesn't even acknowledge it.
Is it entry wound? Can you see blood or anything?
Yeah, he said blood stuff came out.
Yeah.
And he said finally, and this is what's really weird. He says finally it just lost interest in the calf and starts walking away. They still take another shot at it. That somehow a huge chunk of flesh fell off and it ran away.
Huh.
But point blank to
Weird
that had
shit.
no effect.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know too much about that Skinwalker Ranch, but I know enough to
yeah.
know it's a wacky place.
it's a
that
wacky
people-
place. A wacky place.
Is
Anyway, back to unacknowledged. The whole. I guess, instead of calling it the military industrial complex, we can either call it MIC
MIC.
or Majestic. I think it was
Majestic was that group that was put together.
Majestic 12, right?
Actually, there's a show on that on History Channel. It's a series. It just started. J. Allen Hynek was appointed by the military. I don't know about the military, but the government to create a team to investigate all these UFO sightings. That was in I don't even know.
Was that Blue
It
Book?
was way back.
Project Blue Book? Project Blue Book and Majestic 12 was the group of people, the 12 people
Right.
that did the investigation.
I heard that they were actually their real goal was to debunk everything.
Well, that you know what, and I don't.
To
This
their
might-
benefit, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, to the
Debunk it.
benefit, so they can say, yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
exist or whatever. From what I understood, and I might be off, but J. Allen Hynek, that was his position too. He didn't really believe too much in it,
Right.
and then he got into it, and he's like, holy shit, there's some real freaking evidence here that
Yeah.
this stuff exists. And then I don't know what happened after that, but and in the show, I didn't watch it, but I heard a couple guys talking about it, like that had watched it, like podcasts,
Yeah.
and they did say they embellished a little bit on the show because even if they make like Apollo 13, that's like almost a documentary about Apollo 13, but they embellish it a little bit.
course.
It's Hollywood.
It's Tom Hanks.
Yeah. But for the most part, that show was pretty accurate. But anyway, to my point, that the Majestic 12 and that J. Allen Hynek was watching it in the investigation. He was like, "There's something to it." I don't know what ever happened after that, but
Yeah.
they did try to debunk it for
Yeah.
sure. That was the purpose.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
But the whole that shadowy government, man, that scares me because if they are keeping us from progressing, like according to Greer, and it's really hard. I'm about 50-50 with that guy. I think he's a little loony.
It's to maintain control over us.
Well, and not to let us maintain control.
And credit or question
Question what? What do you mean?
God.
Oh, you think it's
Well, that's
attacking-
some of it. It's like a
Well,
combination.
I think
purpose,
since
or
the
reasons
beginning of
behind it.
time, there have been people that have been in higher power and they don't want to lose that power.
Sure.
Right.
Whether you're
Maintain
talking
control.
churches,
Yeah.
whether you're talking governments, they don't want to lose that
Fear
power.
mongering, all that
Now,
stuff. yeah.
I do believe the military-industrial complex, or Majestic, whatever we want
Right.
to call them, I do believe that there is some sort of black government that is running
Shadow
the show.
government, for
yeah,
sure.
because they don't want to. They don't want to lose their power. They don't want to lose their strings. Like they don't want to lose.
I don't blame them. I was in
Yeah.
the power when
I mean, if we
let
had
these, all these
something,
lunatics out there overthrow me, I don't
yeah,
think
if
so.
we had something about the size of this that could power this house or the block,
Yeah.
why would we need GE?
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
There's
The
money
oil
involved as
industry,
well.
too.
Yeah, the oil.
industry. Yeah.
So yeah, they're like, no, man, no, we want oil. Like, you think those Arabian people are like those princes? You think they're just gonna go, okay,
Yeah.
oil's not
Yeah.
valuable anymore?
Right, right.
I'll give
Okay.
up all
Yeah.
my riches.
I guess I'll just recycle.
Yeah.
You know.
The
No.
thing about Greer, though, what does give him a ton of credibility is he has met with CIA directors and he has met with presidents. He's met with some serious people. Who's going to give him the time of day if there's nothing to it?
Right.
Unless it's they're trying to humor him and try to
Okay,
look at this and don't look at the right hand.
Well,
You don't know what the
Yeah,
left
I
hand's
think
doing.
there's two ways to look at that. Again, this is why I'm on the fence with this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, there's two ways to look at this. Number one, he could sit there and said he had a meeting with the with a senator or a CIA government official. He could
Yeah.
say that, but that's like you claiming you had a meeting with Jimmy Kimmel.
No, but there
you
are
were in the room.
But there are other people that have been in that meeting that have confirmed it.
Confirmed
Yes,
it. Okay.
yes.
Because I've as I was
As far as I know,
preparing
I've
for this
seen him say it.
podcast, I was looking up Greer because that guy, I don't know why, my bullshit meter went up when he started talking about meditation and chanting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it made
And
me
they
go.
would summon them.
Yeah, it made me go. Wait a minute, let me look more into
Yeah,
this guy.
he's overreaching with that
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
general people that don't really know anything about the subject, you got to give them drips. You can't go into all that crazy shit at the beginning. They're
Gradually
gonna,
reel 'em
They're
in,
going to
yeah.
step out in about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You know,
Right, yeah,
you got to
exactly.
kind of just put facts down out on the table. Say,
Yeah.
Soft
look at this
approach.
is radar that the government's got. Navy pilots talking about their experience. They've seen
Right.
things they've been picking it up on radar. They're
Right.
watching it move around. I don't think there's any question if UFOs do exist because they do. Where they come from, that's the question.
Right.
I think that's a really interesting
Yeah.
question because, again, I would say before I started really digging into this, I was about, I think, 80-20 in terms of believing in UFOs just
Yeah.
because I want to. I want to believe
Yeah,
in it
yeah,
so
for
bad.
sure. I did too.
And as I'm looking more into it, my percentage is going down. But
It's going
I
down.
I could be wrong.
Wait, what? UFOs or aliens?
Aliens.
Okay, yeah.
But
Okay,
aliens,
yes.
do you think they're from another world?
But that's what I'm
Or
saying.
Interdimensional
That-
beings.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. They could be interdimensional.
Dimensional
You know, and people say, "Oh, they're from
demons.
Zeta Reticula or something."
Right,
Well,
right.
How do you know that?
Yeah,
it could
yeah,
be
yeah.
because, as far as I know, at least on paper, there are other dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we just can't perceive
See
them.
them.
over.
You know, I always use the example of if we didn't have a nose, we wouldn't have a sense of smell.
Correct.
It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We
Right.
can't perceive it.
Right. I agree with you.
So-
I think.
On paper, there's other dimensions. Could they somehow overlap, and that's why we see them when they're overlapping at that point? Maybe.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of meditation is developing that. I forgot what the part is in your brain, but there's actually a part in your brain that's about the size of a walnut
Yeah.
in your brain, and
Mine
they,
might be a little small.
Right.
and they say that if you, that's your third eye. So that's where that third eye
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
from, right? And
Your
if you
mind-
keep working at it, just like your mind with
Yeah.
chess or anything like that, it gets bigger. You get to find yourself going into more hallucinogenic or interdimensional space.
Yeah.
I don't know, obviously. And according to conspiracy theorists, fluoride has shrunken that.
Oh, really?
Oh,
And that's
in
the
the
whole, that's the whole
water.
push
In
to
the water, so it's
Don't
calcified
have
it,
fluoride.
so it's calcified it,
Yeah.
So,
to dumb us down.
and that's what I'm saying. You can find a conspiracy theory in this room, I'm sure,
Yeah,
if you look hard enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, my percentage is going down in terms of aliens. I still believe aliens are out there. I really do. I don't know if they've been here, but then again, I think they've had to have been here with ancient aliens. Isn't there the Virgin Mary holding her child and there's a baby Jesus?
No, there's a UFO.
The
Well,
UFO
here's the
behind
thing.
the-
So,
yeah.
excuse
The
me.
Madonna
There's
or
a
something like that?
the Madonna. There's a couple, and there's through history, there's a lot of paintings that
yeah,
show
yeah.
things in the air. So if you zoom in on it, if
Yeah.
you search
Madonna
just
UFO.
Madonna UFO painting,
Yep.
so you can see it up there. And then if you look, there's a guy going like this,
Ma-
looking
the
up
Madonna
at it.
Della.
Madonna
Let's just go there.
UFO
I'm sure
painting.
we'll get images.
Go to-
Also, another good one is
There it is.
Okay. Now, and see the guy right there
Yeah.
looking up at it.
Yep.
Now, is it a? Could that be a star with things? I mean,
It could be a meteor.
But what-
to,
There's-
or a
or a
meteor,
star.
to me,
Yeah.
that's not boom. Oh yeah, look, there's UFOs.
It actually looks like an arc.
There's also
But they're definitely looking at something. He's
Yeah.
looking at something or something
Yeah.
there.
what the Book of Enoch,
of
Ezekiel's
Enoch.
wheel. That's another
That's what's his face, Von Danick or something. Didn't he talk about that? With
one. He did discuss it. Yep.
yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Ezekiel's wheel, Book of Enoch.
I can't even remotely start to begin to spell Ezekiel. Ezekiel's
Wheel.
We'll just do
Yeah,
this.
there it
correct.
is,
Should
right
come
there.
up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Figured if you just. So we're looking at
Yeah.
what?
See on the left there,
This guy right here.
Which image?
or on the far left.
This one?
Yep.
So what is this showing?
On this?
Yep.
What is
The
that?
man in the sky, but look at to the right is like a craft.
This?
Yep.
Or it's definitely. It looks like a old carriage.
Sorry guys, we can't show this to you on the podcast. We could get shut down. It just looks
It
like
looks
a.
like-
Just looks like a.
Two carriage wheels, like an old.
Yeah. If you
carriage
just
wheels.
put maybe. Yeah.
But there's another scene I believe where they show it in the sky as well.
I mean, it's right here. Maybe. Are you saying like that was a craft?
Yep.
Like that. Now that looks like a spaceship
That's just a
of
different.
some weird.
Yeah.
rendering.
Now this is an interesting one. Look at that one. It looks like that. There we go.
Well, now you got
That's-
a guy that's almost got like a helmet on.
Yeah, that's
First description.
that's another
Yeah.
interpretation.
What's that
of
one
it.
with the?
The Sumerian text is another good one.
No, not the
Oh,
Sumerian
the
text.
Sumerian
The
got some-
the
Interesting stuff.
what's the one where it looks like a guy is from the Aztecs? It's like this
Yeah.
thing. He looks like he's
He's
in a
sitting
rocket
on a
ship.
lever and he's doing something with his foot.
Yeah. Is
I think that is
you know what I'm talking about?
what's in Southern America.
Let's just do this.
What's that culture down there?
Mayans.
No, Mayans.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Mayans.
Mayans.
Sorry.
Oh,
Put
that guy's
Mayan.
fucking- oh, it's just this guy.
Put ancient Mayan.
They're on the right.
What's this?
No, that's just oh actually
This
that's
is
the one where
Sumerian,
they,
but it's another good
that's
one.
Sumeria. That's
Yeah.
where they had the solar system.
Yeah.
I don't see it on here, but it's
So that's-
something like
yeah.
something that looks like that.
But
So
that's
the
supposed to-
Sumerians had a solar system carved on the wall, carved or painted, I don't know. But they had the sun, all the planets in the right orientation and size orientation related
This
to
is
each other.
Mesopotamia. Is that them?
Ancient Mesopotamia.
Yeah.
That Sumerian culture lived in ancient
Yeah.
Mesopotamia.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, is that it? Yeah. Go to
Here we go.
what's the
That'll
name
work.
of what's the name of the culture?
The Mayans.
The Mayans.
Yeah.
Mayan, put Mayan rocket ship carving. Type
Mayan rocket ship carving. Mayan rocket ship carving.
There it is.
It's alright, they'll find it. Okay.
There we go. That's rocket ship or Mayan rocket ship car. No.
Carving. Put carving. You think you have. Yeah, you got car. Put carving.
Here it is.
Yeah, I mean,
That's it.
is he? I guess he's definitely. It's a contraption for sure.
Yeah, it's like in some type of craft.
If you look at me, it's not a craft. He might be looking at a microscope. I'm not microscope. Telescope.
Telescope.
Yeah.
Telescope to see the stars.
Why isn't it?
The way he's
looking up,
positioned. Yeah.
though? You know what I mean?
I don't know how this photo was taken.
Unless he's on his back right
But
there.
everyone I've seen has been like that.
Has it?
But you
Horizontal
think
like?
so if they carved it on the wall, right? It's
Yeah.
gonna be on the wall facing up.
Up towards the sky.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how it is.
That's
That's how I've always seen it. So
like
that's
this?
yeah,
So
that's
where
him
is he
lying
at?
down.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
right
Like
there.
looking
my
up,
bearings here. Where's his head at?
His head is right there.
Ah, okay, yeah,
See the body now?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that would make
And-
sense then. Looking at
Okay, so here's the thing. Aliens have, I think
Hundreds of years,
this
at
shows
least
me they've
thousands?
had to have come
Yeah.
down and be like, "Hey guys, let me show you fire. You know, this might make your food, but
Yeah. Well,
Right.
and now this is I'm just gonna kind of go off to what we talked about before. We'll come back to this, but so now this is going way out on a limb. But say we are visited, right? And we're like a maybe, for lack of a better word, a science experiment for them, and they're guiding us.
yeah,
So they have to make civilization kind of keep
going.
getting more better and better. So they drop a craft in there with this technology. Let these guys figure it out, and now also we got computers, we got all this other stuff, and they kind of just drop things and they steer us,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
through.
here's the thing, and this is how I've always looked at it now. If you can believe that there was a guy that was born from a virgin that, walked on water, healed the sick,
Came back 3
died,
days after
came
that.
back as a zombie, and I shouldn't say zombie. That's
No, but-
I'm being a little crass.
Came back
but
from the dead.
Yeah.
Came back from the dead. If you can believe that, you have to be open-minded to pretty much anything else.
Right.
Especially because, so I've had a conversation with a person and close to me, and they're not really religious, where they're fanatical, but they're
Right.
religious. They go to church,
Right.
not every Sunday, but they go to church. And at the very beginning, this is a couple of years ago, I was talking to him about this whole subject, and this and that, I'm like, and I'm talking about like the radar evidence, actual witnesses that have seen things, and seen things, and you can kind of credit witnesses. Oh, sometimes they don't know what they really exactly saw, and they go off on it, they embellish a little bit. But I said, so and so, you don't want to believe that, but yet you'll read a Bible and believe these stories that were told 2,500 years ago or whatever,
Right.
and who knows how many, like telephone games, you say one thing and by the time
Absolutely, yeah.
you're willing to believe that, but you don't really want to give this any credibility.
Yeah.
You know
Or
what?
you're not
And-
really even just open to the idea.
right. It's possible.
Right.
And you
That's
know what?
it.
Now he's kind of into it.
Yeah,
He's
because
kind
you
of into it.
have to be.
Yeah.
You can't
There's-
believe, you can't, when you pick and choose like that, well, I believe in Jesus Christ, but I don't believe in ghosts. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
he's kind of a ghost.
yeah. I mean, you believe that anything's possible.
Right,
It's
exactly.
just,
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I totally agree. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, so I guess going back to what I was saying in terms of just, I do believe in aliens. I don't know if the government's hiding it. I do believe something crashed in Roswell. I do believe that. Because just the whole idea of them taking a picture of weather balloon parts that were not even in the crash, they just found these new parts that were there.
used as a cover.
Yeah, they were using it as a cover.
Yeah.
And I think when they did that, it's now they opened up everything.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what are you hiding from us?
Question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
And-
they initially reported, though, that a flying disc was
Yes,
captured.
yeah.
So,
And then they went back on, no, guys,
Yeah.
no, that was a weather balloon.
Yep.
Here's the proof.
But now they
Uh,
built an entire base around that location
Right.
after the fact.
Yeah.
But
And
when
they
you have
expanded it.
Yeah.
when you have the
Expanded
guy in the picture telling people, no, that's bullshit. That was a fake cover
Yeah,
up. That's
yeah.
bullshit. Now you got
That's
like,
not what
wait,
we found in the
What?
field.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You know?
And as far as I know, they were like the head of nuclear production or whatever. That was like the team. They were called something. That team. It was. So that was like the highest military people, smartest people around.
DARPA?
No, this was way before. I'm talking about it like in
Before Dark
Roswell.
came around, yeah.
Okay.
It was when they were developing the atom bomb and all that stuff, and
Yes,
or the
yes.
atomic bomb. These were guys that were the head of all that. They were the guys that went out to the crash site. At least one of the guys. I think it's Marcel. Major Jesse Marcel. I think it was him. He was definitely involved. He might not have been the first guy, but he was there. He was involved in it. He knows what state of the art stuff there is out there, and he is not a nutcase because he wouldn't be in the head or even
That is
involved with a
position
project
he
like
held.
that.
Well, you can't hide
And
the
he's
fact.
saying that there's this stuff out there that we've never seen before. A mile outside of their base, or however far it was, right by their base.
Yeah.
If he doesn't know what it is, and he's saying that, it's got to be something. And then
Yeah.
that's when they retracted it after that, because I think, well, who knows what happened, but they were probably thinking people were going to freak out or whatever, this and that.
Yeah,
It would make them question.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's enough government people saying, "Hey, man, something's out there, and we don't know what it is, and it's better than us." The thing that scared me, and Greer, I think it was Greer that said this unacknowledged. The thing that scared me was when he said that the aliens shut down missiles that they were
Yeah.
they were
Yes.
these
Yes.
idiots. This is how stupid
making
our
the-
government. This is what freaks me out. We actually had the plan to shoot a nuke to the moon and blow up the moon.
Yeah, that
like
makes
that
sense.
would have fucked
Yeah.
up the world.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And what, according to Greer, that they shot it up there and something got rid of
Disabled it?
Something shut it down.
I did hear that.
That's freaky. And that, to me, that's saying these aliens are like, oh my God, it's like we're little kids, right? It's
Yeah.
like me watching Gwen go up the stairs. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
You know,
There's this guy that there was a whole thing when I forget where it took place, but there were like 13 nuclear missile silos.
Yeah,
Yes.
Minot base.
And they shut it down.
Yeah.
All
And they
three-
shut it down.
North
All
Carolina.
13 went offline, and I don't know the logistics of how this stuff
Right.
was wired together.
wasn't it because the saucer was over that?
It was
area?
over it, and
They were thinking
starting
of shooting it, right?
well, yeah, I think so. But the guy was last name is Salas. He was one of the controllers down there. He said that all 13 went down. They were just
Disabled. Yeah.
totally disabled. He said that cannot happen.
Yeah.
Maybe one, but and I don't, like I said, I'm not an electrical
Yeah.
engineer. I don't know how this stuff's wired, but apparently he knew what it was. He's like, it's impossible for all 13 to go down at one time, and it's like the chances of that are just astronomical. It would not happen. And,
But go ahead.
no, and just a coincidence of that with something being seen. To me, there's a connection there.
By the way, just so everybody's listening or watching, we're a bunch of idiots just drinking here, trying to come up with, trying to figure this out. We're a few credits shy on a lot of degrees where people are smarter than us. So that's just my little, what do you call that?
Insight into our background.
No, yeah, I guess so.
You're right.
Or whatever.
Justifying.
So,
our
When I wrote down
conversation.
here, I wanted to mention something to you. Remember, you know that book Area or whatever?
Area 51 you gave
It was
me?
something, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this. Remember they said that, because you saw the interview on another podcast, that the author that was on there, and she said that it was
Oh yes.
Russians sending something there and crashing it with like deformed babies or something like that.
No, mentally handicapped children.
Right, and that's why people mistook them for aliens or
For
whatever.
aliens, yeah.
Now, my take on that is, I call bullshit on that, and the reason why is if Russians sent over a plane or a craft or something that could fly even remote into that area, our coasts are guarded, right? How is
Would've
that
been
even going to
intercepted.
make it all the way into the country, into Nevada, and crash? That thing will be taken down before that. That's why that I don't buy.
Okay.
You know,
That's-
5,000 miles away.
Yeah, I need to look more into that. You read that book,
I read-
right?
yeah, I read it,
You read
yeah.
you read her view
I read
on it.
her
know-
view on it, and
yeah.
that's what it was. She said now was it deformed babies? Was it, I don't know, but she said
From
that
what I remember, I think it was mentally handicapped children that they talked their parents into performing plastic surgery to not make them look that way, look Down syndrome.
yeah.
And they just told the parents that it didn't work. Your child
Oh, they
died.
died, and
Let's
they
send
really
them
made
to
him
the
look
US.
like
And what they really
an
did
alien
was
or something.
they just made him look. They made him look like an alien,
Yeah.
according to this girl.
Right.
According to this reporter, I forgot her name too. It totally escapes me. But anyway,
No, we
yeah.
talked about that the other day, and that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to mention.
Well, I wanted
call
you to
bullshit
hear that because again,
on- Excuse me.
I can all of a sudden find myself going, "Oh, I believe that," and then I go, "Whoa, no, stop! You gotta
Yeah, how would that make
look
it
up." Yeah,
past the first?
that's why I
into the
always want to
shoreline,
bounce stuff off
past
you,
through-
Nick.
you know what I
That's
mean?
why I always want to bounce stuff off you. I'm like, dude, let me talk to you about this because I'm starting to buy this.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
you know,
take me off the ledge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought Greer's message with that UFOs were concerned for mankind. That frightened
believable.
me.
That's believable, though.
Believable, absolutely. It's almost it's no different than how we're concerned with the safety of dolphins or how we're concerned with orca captivity.
Sure, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if anybody's sitting there saying, "Well, they would just come in and invade us," well, not necessarily.
No,
You know, maybe there's
But it-
nothing here that they want. Maybe they look at us and they're
or at
like,
least.
Let's stay away.
"Wow,
from
these guys are
that.
in the Stone Age."
Yeah.
Stay
It's
clear.
like an anthill in Africa. What do we care about?
I think he had a really good point when he sat there and said that they're worried about us expanding because, guys,
Yeah.
we are a virus and we don't
Well-
give a shit about anybody else but ourselves and our needs.
Yeah.
So I can see, I can
Keep us
see
contained
that.
to the planet.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that
exactly.
point of view.
Let
I
these-
can see
Let
that.
these guys stay in their little
I can- yeah.
island of a planet here.
I can
They
see
can do
that
whatever
point of
they
view.
want there. Just
Yeah,
don't
just
bring it
don't
here.
bring it out here. And you know what? And from what people say, from what I've taken for what it's worth, all these UFO sightings, a lot of them started taking place after we detonated the first atom bomb.
Yes.
We
Now-
made them aware of our capabilities.
Yeah, they're so
our destructive
how
powers,
someone
our
put it,
intentions.
which was it was actually funny. They're like they somehow detected it and they're like, oh shit, the kids found the fireworks.
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
serious
Yeah,
now.
so
Exactly.
all right, we gotta start
Exactly.
intervening in
Right.
this shit before it
Yeah.
gets out of hand.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly how. That's exactly how I think they. If they're up there watching us and they're watching out for us, then
Yeah.
that's exactly how they're looking at it
Yeah.
for sure. Which I guess begs the question: why would you care so much about us? Is it because you don't want us to leave the planet, or it's because maybe
have
we're
plans?
some part of your science experiment that
Or-
you're constantly taking care of?
That part of it, but I think that if they do exist, aliens, that they're just more spiritual, and they're thinking
On a
in
different
a
level.
huge picture, and they're more like earthy and
On
you
a different
can't-
level.
Yeah.
On a different level.
Yeah.
Like this,
We
the,
can't-
the materialistic stuff that we go for,
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
guys,
That
There's
doesn't
more
mean
to it
shit.
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
more the spiritual thing and
Yeah.
nurturing, life and all that other stuff.
if you think of it, it would be like me sitting down Gwen right now, my daughter, who's like 1 year old, and
Yeah.
saying, "So this is how this works. Like this is why this is good for you."
Yeah.
She wouldn't. She'd be like,
Huh?
"What?
me
I just want
taste
to
it.
bang
That's all I
it.
wanna
Yeah,
do."
I just want to bang it or throw it on the ground."
It tastes
you know?
like sugar. Give me
Right. I think that's. But what? That. What was that movie? Unacknowledged.
Yeah.
When it started going into. Well, let me just ask this: do you guys believe John F. Kennedy was assassinated because he wanted to release or he wanted to learn UFO information
Well,
and they wouldn't let him?
And like I mentioned before,
Release.
I
Yeah,
think it's so
more than just
convoluted
UFO
now.
though.
I think that he wanted to.
Release
he was
it all.
going against the
The Majestic.
military,
shadow.
military industrial.
We're calling it
complex.
Majestic.
Sure,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
But I don't think it is Majestic. I think Majestic is just the you could call it
Yeah,
that, whatever.
The
it doesn't
military
matter.
arm.
What do you want to
Doesn't
call him? Mick?
Yeah, no, but anyway, yeah. So he was kind of going against the green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
against
he was
their-
for sure.
against their
Yeah.
agenda.
Not only that, I think if he got done banging Marilyn Monroe, he was telling her stuff.
Well,
Because didn't Greer hold up a thing saying like he held up a document in the documentary saying like she said that they
I
were
haven't
talking
watched
about
it for a
UFO
while.
stuff,
I did hear that though. I
and
don't know
then
if it's
2
from that
weeks
one.
later
That was it.
she's gone.
And that's the thing with the Kennedy assassination. There's so many people that did not want him around.
Yeah, it's
even-
like who
okay,
did it then?
Organized crime.
right?
Organized crime. There's no question they got him elected in Illinois.
Right,
They got him
yeah.
elected. Now, as soon as he got elected, his brother is trying to put in jail all the guys that got him elected.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's a perfect way, and for like the CIA to get involved with a bunch of different groups and throw, there's disinformation that goes out there, and so there's a bunch of different motives for a lot of people to have him killed, and now it's so convoluted. They try to prove who killed him. You can't do it. You'll never.
Right.
We'll never know.
No, we'll never know.
But
That's a podcast all in itself. JFK assassination.
no, for sure, and I just because
Yeah.
it came up, and
Yeah, absolutely. I know what you're
I don't
saying.
think it's because of the UFO thing, but it could
Part
have
of it.
something to do
But
with
I
it.
think it's I think you're right. I think it's a pie, right?
Yeah.
Of about 16 pieces of who did it
Yeah.
and the reasons why, and I think that's one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it raised my eyebrows. I went,
Right.
oh,
Yep.
really? Wow, I didn't even think about it like that.
And I've
But-
heard that he was our last real president that
Yep.
wasn't controlled.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yep.
I was a fan of Ronald Reagan. I liked him.
Yeah, he was good.
Did you see that new thing on Facebook that they're showing all over the place where I think during some sort of speech, a balloon popped, and he's giving a speech, right? And the balloon popped, and he goes, "You miss me, Gorbachev," and he keeps going. I thought,
he was
what
quick and
a
sharp like that.
badass.
You know what I'm wondering? Was that before or after when he got shot?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Was it
that's
before?
I have no idea.
That'd be
I have no
funny.
idea.
If it
But
was
that's-
after,
that's-
that guy's really got his
That's
stuff together.
all over
yeah.
the. I'll have to show that to you later. It's hilarious.
Yeah. And you know what though? It makes me think the cynical part of me was that set up to make him look,
Yeah, maybe like a hard ass.
Yeah. You know.
See, that's why I wanted you here because you think of that stuff. I
Yeah.
never would have thought of that. Yeah.
Because anything you watch on TV, even the reality TV, that's not reality TV.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
An
think.
agenda behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they may not. It's not word for word scripted, but they put people in certain situations where they know it's going to be, cause a problem and crap like that.
So I'm going to throw a question at you. Why do you guys think? I'll ask Sean first. I'll ask you. Why do you think, in your opinion, why do you think the government doesn't want the population to know about UFOs?
Again, I think it would has to do with control, and then the questioning of the church, the questioning of God,
Question of life.
yeah,
everything.
life in general. What
Well,
they've
because
been
'cause
taught
Catholic
and told
Church
for
has
centuries.
You want to talk about a corporation?
a corporation. I don't even know. A lot of other words can describe
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know.
Yeah. So that's like. So you think it's lack of control?
Yep.
Okay. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I think it might be a lack of control. I think it's a lot of things. I think
Yeah,
that
there's
they
multiple.
say, let's go on the deep end and say it's all conspiracy theory, which most of this stuff is.
Yeah.
They don't want people asking questions. If they know more, that means if the government even hints that they have answers about certain things, then, what kind of technology is it? And the government's, well, we don't know. And they could deny it, but people are going to want to know about the technology. And then all of a sudden, if the way that these things supposedly work, if they do exist, it's the zero gravity or 0 point energy or whatever
Yeah,
that
right.
stuff. That right there, like you said, if we could power this freaking United States with besides
Yeah.
this microphone,
Yeah.
oil goes away.
Yep.
GE
GE goes away.
Yeah, everything goes.
So
everything
money
plays
plays
a
Cell
part.
phones go away.
Yeah. Nobody has. Where's the money go? There's nothing to make
Right.
money. Now, people said that about computers too. They were saying, "Oh, or machines, robots. Oh, it's going to take jobs away from people. This and that. These robots are going to be doing it." But guess what? Our economy right now is stronger than it's ever been. No, not that it's ever been. But
I know what you mean.
It's strong.
It's
you know,
strong.
compared to, you know,
We're still a first world nation.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we're
yeah.
still
So,
there.
And I think other jobs may stem from that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what the heck they will be. So I don't know how.
I think we'll adapt.
Yeah.
We're great adapters.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody gives us enough credit for that.
Yeah.
The
I
reason
think it's more about power. If you answer my
Power?
question, bottom line, end of story, they want to have to maintain power.
I think it's that. I also think in the beginning it was safety, and I'll go back to Orson Welles' War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
When he radio broadcast that, and people thought it was real,
Yeah.
and the panic that happened, I think at first the government was like, we can't let these people know this. They'll start batting down the hatches. They'll doomsday
Yeah.
prepping like you wouldn't believe.
Yep.
You're gonna have people that anytime they see anything in the air, they're gonna be shooting it.
Yeah.
You know. And then I think it became, military industrial complex. They started going, wait a minute, guys, we got something good here. Which kind of brings me to this is weird. It's weird. You and I when I reached out to you guys, about what? 3 months ago to do this podcast, right?
Yeah, something like
And
that.
all of a sudden, UFO
The
stuff
self-disclosure.
ramping up,
Yeah.
just going nuts.
Well,
and that
just
makes
keep-
me think the government's going, check this out.
A
And they're
distraction?
yeah, that's what I think.
well-
it feels like that.
Or it's a soft disclosure because they knew in due time they can't hide it anymore.
So they're getting ahead of it
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
trickling stuff out. It's,
intentionally. Time
they're
release.
conditioning the public to kind of
Accept.
this might happen. Give them time.
Consider.
Instead of saying one day, okay, emergency broadcast,
They're
UFOs
here.
exist.
Yeah.
People freak out like the
Yeah.
Orson Welles thing.
Yeah.
But now you trickle things out.
Soften.
You have, you release radar information from the military. There's interviews because and this is another my conspiracy theory mind going into this, but like the History Channel, there's nothing on TV. I don't think that the government doesn't. I'll put it this way: if there's something going on TV they don't want on there, it won't be on there.
Yeah.
I agree.
So all these History Channel, Ancient Aliens that came out, and
Right.
in my opinion, that show they reach on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Everything is an alien or whatever. Some of the stuff's reach. Some of the stuff's good, but some of the stuff's reach. That show's been out for a while, a few
Right,
years,
right.
but little by little things trickling out. I tell you what, in like the last year, because I do kind of follow it, stuff's been like pouring
Heavy.
out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
With that USS Nimitz, and
There's been a few of them.
something
East Coast.
You
else-
talking about the
and
Tic
West.
Tac? The
Tic
Tic
Tac
Tac?
UFO, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've been on both coasts too. Not
Oh,
just-
and then that To the Stars Academy with Tom DeLonge.
Yes.
He has some serious people.
Backing him up.
Yeah. Heads up. I don't even know, but serious government, ex-government, ex-military people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Which brings me to the theory that it's a theory that floats through my head a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
This guy here, okay, the guy that headed this what do we call it? Van Braun,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Nazi,
the Nazi guy,
yeah.
right? On his deathbed, you've heard this before,
Carol
right?
Rosin.
Yeah, he told her that it's gonna go like this. It's gonna go what is it? It's gonna
I
go
think it was communism.
communism, terrorism.
terrorism, and then
The last thing-
aliens, right? Yeah.
Last thing's alien threat,
Yeah.
right? And so when I hear about that reporter that came up with about the mentally handicapped that the Russians were doing
Yeah.
that, and I hear about people trying to Van Buren was the guy that was inventing that Nazi bell. You guys
Yeah, I
ever
heard
hear
about
about
the
that,
bell, yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
bell,
Yeah.
right? He was the guy that was designing that.
Yeah.
Now he's at NASA,
Yep.
right? And my thought is, okay, are you going to care if you have a neighbor that's Muslim? Are you going to care about his religion if there's something over your head trying to attack you?
Right.
No, exactly.
You're not.
Right.
I can't think of
That's
one.
like that Reagan speech.
I was just going to say Reagan's speech.
Yeah.
And I just heard that repeated on something recently. And I'm like, wow, they're throwing things at us,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So my first thought is, okay, if I see a UFO, is my first thought going to be, that's bullshit. That's the government.
My first thought is it's got to be a plane or something. That's my first thought.
Right.
I think that's an
I think
airplane, it's a meteor
there's
or
a
something.
project, I think it's called Blue Beam.
Project Bluebeam.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Rings the bell. What
Yeah.
was it again?
Hang on, let's check it out.
Yeah.
Project Bluebeam.
Project.
So
What
create
was
the
that?
illusion
Blue.
that we're under an alien
Yes,
invasion,
yes, with holograms and
Yeah,
stuff. I
yeah.
think.
There it is.
which falls into chemtrail.
What's Sergei Bold Theory? Project. Let's do that.
I think it has something to do with it's a thing
Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory that claims that NASA is attempting to implement a new age religion with the Antichrist at its head and start a new world order via technology simulated second coming. Oh, that's not at all what we thought it was.
Yeah,
called
using
Project Bluebeam. No, I thought where was it for UFO? So, okay, no, that's something else. But yeah, Project Bluebeam I thought was like a staged alien
via
alien
holographic spin. And then
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
I
it
heard.
falls into kind of the reason for geoengineering.
Yeah,
Hang on. Step
Chemtrails.
2 involves a gigantic space show where three-dimensional holograph
go.
lasers projections will be
Right.
beamed all over the planet, and this is where Bluebeam really takes off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at that picture.
yeah. This is filmed on
So
that.
they are faking an alien invasion.
Yeah.
Man. Like, how can you trust your government when you're doing shit like that? But anyway. But so I guess the hardest part I had with Stephen Greer was that he was saying that Jimmy Carter wanted to know what was going on, and they said, "Sorry, sir, you're not on. I need to know."
Yeah.
And then Clinton wanted to bring it out, but Clinton found out that if I do that, I'm gonna end up like JFK.
Right. I heard
Right.
that. Yeah.
That's good. And that's an interesting theory. It makes you think, huh? Okay, maybe. And I get it because the president is just a stopgap. He's just there for 4 years, maybe.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
4
yeah,
years,
everybody
maybe
else-
8.
Everybody else, like people in CIA, they're career intelligence.
Yeah,
they're
right?
not. They're not in
It's
and
not
out.
short
done.
term.
So I guess what I'm getting to is then I don't buy Bob Lazar then.
Why not?
Because
And I'm not sure if I believe him or not either.
right,
But why?
if you're not okay, who's Bob Lazar compared to Bill Clinton?
Well, nobody. But
Right.
Well,
so
but,
what I'm saying is, if Bill Clinton was afraid to release this stuff because he'd get killed, Bob Lazar would have been gone.
but Clinton's got way more credibility than Bob Lazar.
Right.
He's privileged, so if he says it, he might be killed. Bob Lazar, they can say this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking
discredit him
about.
right
Right.
away.
Yeah. So that's why they.
Okay.
Can,
All right.
they can-
That's why you're here. But I guess going into Bob Lazar, I showed you that I had you.
And I
watch
did
it.
watch probably 95% of it. The last couple minutes. I
Oh, you
watched.
should have watched the last. He breaks down a timeline that you wouldn't believe.
I might have heard it out, but my thing with that guy is, I always love hearing both sides. I
Yeah,
always
me
love
too.
it.
Me too.
But it seems so he's putting all this out there, just like Bob Lazar and George Knapp, and
Yeah.
I want to see them both in a room. They are sitting at a table.
Talking
That's what
about
I
it?
would love.
Absolutely,
Yeah. Then you
absolutely.
say let someone defend themselves because
Yeah.
and again, do I believe Bob Lazar 100%? No, but you can't deny the guy is really really smart.
Nope.
So-
Cannot deny that.
If you're really, really smart, you probably went to some higher learning school, possibly MIT or wherever. He says he went to MIT, and he also says that the records are gone. People that tried to find those records,
Right,
they can't
yeah,
find them.
yeah.
Could the government erase that? Sure. They also said that they tried to find people in his class. Nobody knew who he was, this, that.
Right.
Which, yeah, can, and maybe they don't know who he is. Doesn't mean he wasn't there.
Right.
You know
Right.
what
No, I agree with that. I
Um,
think that's flimsy. What got me was this guy just seems to be like he's addicted to prostitutes.
Well,
Right.
if you're believing what that guy said, if
Right.
you're taking that at face value.
Well, I don't
which-
think that guy's making it. I think that guy's just pulling it from public files because he has at the end of that
Yeah.
video, he's showing public record.
Yeah.
He's not showing like this is what I've.
Yeah.
You know, it just it drew up a lot of red flags.
Here's the
with
thing,
that
though.
guy.
I agree, and again, I'm leaning towards Lazar's favor a little bit here. That's what it's
Okay.
coming off it because again, it's the whole thing. Like I want to believe it,
Right,
But
yeah,
believe me, I'm not
absolutely.
fooling myself. That could be a bunch of bullshit.
Absolutely.
All that being said, say Bob Lazar did bang 10 hookers a night. It's still you can't take it away that he's a smart guy and certain things that he said would like with that. Okay, he showed the video. That guy you're talking about in his documentary.
Yes,
He
yes.
showed the video of that could have been taken on any night or wherever.
He's right.
It could have, no doubt about it. But from if again, you got to take people's word for this stuff. The witnesses that went out to that site at that time of night
Said it was true.
Bob Lazar. I mean, they went and they saw it. It was there.
But were the witnesses the same people that are in his inner circle? The people that go to that desert
It
blast or
was
something?
it was the John Lear guy and I think
John
another
Lear.
girl. Now, I've seen interviews on John Lear, like 10 years ago. He's freaking out there. He's saying
Yeah.
we're mining for minerals on the moon, and,
Yeah.
which you know what? I don't know. It's possible.
He's
but,
about as, from what I understand, he's about as far off as David Icke.
not quite, but he's close.
Yeah.
He's close.
Yeah.
And then how he said
You
that.
want a drink?
Yeah, in a minute. No, I'm good. I'm good
Okay.
for now.
David Icke, sorry.
No, Lear.
Lear.
Yeah,
John
he-
Lear,
yeah.
mining for the moon.
Yeah, so those guys knew each other. It looked like they went to that same blasting in the desert
Yeah,
event or
yeah.
whatever. How many other people went there though? I mean, they all live
From
in
what
the
I
area.
from what I understand, it became it was a small group and it grew exponentially.
Right. So
Became like the Flame or the Burning Man, or it became like that.
Okay.
It became like a big.
so
deal.
I don't know if say there's 5,000 people that go. I mean,
It
they
actually
all-
sounds like a fun time.
It sounds
I mean,
awesome, blowing things up, fireworks and shit.
Dude, they have flamethrowers
Frickin'
out there. They
mortars.
have any type of automatic weapon. Have you never heard about this?
Which,
Desert
you should
Blast.
YouTube
It's
it.
no, not that one.
freaking
Right. As soon as I
crazy.
saw that, I'm like, when is this?
I was
thing
like,
take
oh
place?
man, I would love this. To me, it's like if a bunch of Tony Starks got together and wanted to blow off steam.
Yeah,
right?
fireworks and blowing mortars off and huge ass machine guns and.
The only one I know similar to that is Knob Creek.
And I guess
Look at this shit.
technically it's illegal.
Desert
but-
Blast. This is all the stuff they do. They have fire. They have like flamethrowers.
Flamethrowers, yeah.
Desert Blast. UFO
Gee,
mind.
no,
Of
fuck.
course, it's underneath that. I mean, look, like they're blowing off skyrockets. Bob Lazar's the one that actually.
He says he started it.
Yeah, he said that.
yeah.
Yeah, right. That guy says he started.
Which
it.
it might be true. I just, you know what I mean. I never really believed.
No,
it.
you can't stay at Bob's house. That's one of the rules.
Try not to kill anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, you should. If you saw what they did, I'm surprised no one
Reckless.
got killed yet.
Yeah. There will be large fireworks, explosions, loud noises, unsafe conditions, and other dangerous things like random
800.
gunfire. Random gunfire. If these things frighten you, you're in the wrong party. If you are driving out to the dry lake, get out there before 8:30 p.m. If you don't, the dirt road will be very hard to find.
M800s?
There are no bathrooms in the desert, only bushes.
Yeah.
Your safety is your own problem. No one has been hurt in the past 9 years, and it
Yeah.
would be nice if we could keep it that
So
way.
you're on your own.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how the local authorities allow that.
Yeah, I think you're far enough to where it's not a problem. I
Well,
guess.
but I guess it's not a yeah, I guess. But
I don't know, but anyway, I
they
love.
might
to
get
go.
a permit. For
I think
it,
it'd
who
be
knows?
fun to go to one of those freaking things, and
Yeah.
you know,
Go to a clip. Let them see a clip of it. If that's up to you.
let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. It's about an 8-minute clip.
I'm
I'm not sure if you can
just
hear it.
Skim through it.
I'm not sure if you can even hear it, but we'll show you some clips here. Oh, you can hear it.
It's an ominous passage in the writings of
Yeah,
You
just-
got to see some strange things in the desert sky over the week.
Where's he at?
This is nuts.
And anybody can show up.
the arrival begins slowly.
Well, you have to know someone to get in.
Oh.
I guess they somehow they.
in the desert for a one-day pyrotechnical orgy. The triple
Wait, this is from word for word from that.
You're right.
That corner.
are gathered at the dry
Yeah,
lake
'cause
bed
that's
to
George,
pursue
yeah.
mutual interests.
Guns, explosives, anything that flies, burns, or explodes.
There's a song behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking shit.
Night hours are devoted mostly to guns.
50
For all of you that don't know what's going on, that are listening to this, we're looking at Desert Blast. YouTube it.
30 caliber.
Look at that. Jesus.
Mortar. Or how would
Blasting away an unseen enemy.
They have They have guys that attack that attach jet engines to like.
Or how
Look
about
at
a mortar
here.
that fires bowling balls? All day long, thousands of rounds are fired at a strange zoo of cardboard cutouts.
Isn't that nuts?
Looks like a good time.
Overhead, 50 planes buzz the lake bed.
For sure.
Yeah.
Rockets are fired off in bunches. Some went up as high as 9,000 feet. Clearance had to be
Jeez.
obtained from Nellis for those.
Look at that.
Big
Clearance
bucks.
from Nellis.
Back on the ground, people zip around in bizarre contraptions. When did you last see someone in a low-rise lawn chair carrying a submachine gun? Or the limousine of golf carts? The vehicles transport folks to spots on the lake just dying to be blown up.
They got a half pound of black flash,
What's Black Flash?
You might know what that is. You know
Yeah.
Black
Black
Flash?
Flash.
And it
familiar
makes
with
for
that.
a nice little fireball. Now for the worst mileage in the world. 0 miles per gallon.
Oh my God!
Homemade concoction.
He just poured gasoline into about a 13-gallon bucket, folks.
Fireworks companies scramble to get here, not to compete, but rather to show off their wares. This fireworks dealer flew from Australia.
Everybody sort of knows about it, and it's one of those events where everyone wants to go to.
Jesus. So you get the idea what this,
Yeah.
freaking thing
Yeah,
is.
it's just insane.
So Bob Lazar and his buddies started this, and it's just caught on fire since then. But like, so you're on Bob Lazar. You're Team Lazar.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
If I get a percentage,
Again, I'd like to believe it.
yeah,
I
I'd say 55-45 in favor
55-45.
of maybe believing him.
Now-
I would like to say 50-50, but
Yeah.
maybe the selfish part of me is the extra 5% because I
I
want to
get
believe it.
Of
You know?
course, that's why we're here right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I think with Lazar, his story never changes.
Yeah.
He's never like not said no to like he's never story's never changed. He's never denied his past or what's going on in his life.
Yeah.
He's never denied any of that. It's just weird to me that it just there's red flags. There's just red flags, and it's. I guess I'm still on. I'm 51-49.
Yeah.
I'm
favor of
51
which
in
one?
favor of.
Yeah.
49 like I don't know, man. Which
Yeah.
before I was always like 60-40, 70-30. But
But you don't remember that hand thing?
yes,
He described that. No
perfectly.
one knew about it.
And that,
You know,
how did that guy
biometric or some
find
sort?
it all of a sudden? How do you
Well,
find that?
What, like the interview or
The
whatever?
the documentary guy. He found it.
But did he find the actual piece or did he find an image of something like on Google that said
Oh,
what it
good
was?
question. I think it was a picture.
I thought it was, but I don't know for sure. I don't
think
know.
it was a
I
picture.
think it might have been Googling like hand recognition.
It's a lot easier to
technology.
find a picture. You can know.
So,
a guy.
and then Lazar, I guess there was a drawing or something Lazar described it, and then like, I don't know, whatever, 15 years later.
well, yeah, I mean the element.
Element 115 or whatever that is.
Element 115.
Yeah. He was talking about that. No, it was not around, and all of a sudden it pops up in the elemental chart.
Now, see, I heard it was mentioned before in some science papers
Pre-Bob Lazar
pre-Bob Lazar.
being at S4 that he claims.
Yeah, that's on that show. That's why I wanted you to watch that entire show because
I
he
thought
he talks about that.
Did he?
He's like that. He goes, "That's a really good point, but this is what I found out in records here." So that made me go, "Huh." You know,
Okay.
to a guy who is, I mean, obviously he's a nerd, so he loves reading about research and
Yeah,
elements
well,
and things
yeah,
like
and he
that.
could've
So
stumbled
he could have,
across it.
yeah, him and John Lear could have figured that out and
Yeah.
gone, oh,
Yeah.
but,
Real quick, back to the what's his face?
Stephen
Stephen
Greer?
Yeah. So he, and this was interviews before, like probably a couple years ago. I was watching him, and he was like, "These beings mean us no harm, this and that."
Yeah.
He was like, just steadfast on it. There's no question. I know they don't mean us any harm.
Yeah.
And my thought about that is, you know what? Farmers that farm cow and stuff,
Yeah.
they treat the cows great until they're making steaks out of them
That's true.
or whatever. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So
That's-
it's like,
well,
and how do you know that anyway?
yeah.
First of all,
well,
that-
according to him, he's done enough meditation to where he's hung out with them.
Yeah, well, and you know what? If they're that powerful, they can manipulate you.
Yeah,
They
there you
can,
go.
You know, so
Yeah, you're
I
right.
mean,
I
there's no
don't-
harm. How come there's been no contact?
yeah, yeah.
That's a good question. What do you think?
I think it's
Well, has there been contact? Like, is there a Close Encounters of the Third Kind? They're meeting in a desert. They're going over the piano. You ever see that? You ever see that movie, Close
Yep.
Encounters of the Third
Yep.
Kind?
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I know.
Right.
All right. At the end, they meet together and they
Oh,
go dun dun.
yeah,
dun,
yeah,
dun,
little
that's
dun,
how they
cave
dun.
or
communicate.
whatever.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
communicating through a keyboard or something,
Right,
like that,
right.
or songs.
There's a story out there that Eisenhower met with.
Yeah.
You know, UFO.
Yeah,
or
there's
representative
pictures all over the
alien
internet
or whatever.
about
Yeah, the
that,
pictures.
yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
anything I see
Oh,
a
of
picture
course.
of.
Yeah.
No.
Nowadays,
No.
nowadays you can't even believe what you see.
No
now.
videos. No.
You ever see that thing that somebody did to Joe Rogan where he was talking about building a chimp hockey team? And what they did was he wasn't talking about that. They got clips and they put it.
Dropped the audio into
No,
it?
they threw it through some sort of new algorithm or some new computer that put it together, and it looks like he's sitting there talking to you
Yeah.
about creating.
I haven't
chips.
seen it with Rogan. I've seen them. People do that.
I'll show
I've
it to you
seen
after this podcast. It's,
it looks real.
It's scary.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's scary stuff because that
Yeah, that's
that could be
fucked
like
up.
you could have your next president up there talking and he never said it. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
nuts.
used to manipulate.
Yeah, and so,
Yeah.
but So what's your theory? Do you, Sean, think that have we been contacted, or like are
I
the
believe we
aliens
have,
mean us
yes.
harm? Do they not believe? Like,
I think they have an intention.
what do you think?
I believe there's been contact, and they know exactly who to contact, meaning those who are in power.
Okay, all right. So Nick, I threw this question at you on text, and you had a great answer. I hope you remember it, because this was I forgot who made this point, but if we want to take over a forest, we don't ask to speak to the head buck of the forest. We just knock down the forest.
Right.
So my always thinking, if aliens have made contact, why would they make contact? If their technology is so advanced,
Yeah.
I threw this question at you. Why, like, we don't sit there and ask to speak to the head chimp before we take a couple of chimps
Yeah.
to the zoo, you know?
If I'm taking a guess, I would say, so say we went to, I don't know, say we're walking into the jungle, and obviously we can use like bazookas and stuff,
Yeah.
but if they wanted to, they can take us over, but we might be able to make it difficult for them
Yeah.
a little bit. So
You talking about chimps, right?
yeah, no, I'm talking about, so the aliens want to come here and
Yeah.
take us over. They could do it for sure.
Yeah.
We'll probably make it. We might be able to make
We'll
it a
put
little
up a fight.
difficult for them, but if you slowly do it, methodically, it's easier.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what my answer was on my text, but
Your text was.
That's what I
forgot.
thought of right now.
I forgot. Yeah, but if you had a really good point, I thought, okay. I didn't think about it like that. But I'll have to review the text. I
Why
forgot.
suffer heavy losses on their
Yeah,
part
just
if they can do it?
I have a
via
feeling we're
means?
also like cockroaches. I have a feeling.
yeah,
we're
we're
like
so
cockroaches.
insignificant to them. And then I was talking about this with a friend of mine. They're like, well, if they're so advanced, why are they coming here and they end up crashing their the UFOs or whatever?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, well, maybe we don't know how their mind works or whatever, if they even have minds.
That's a
or-
good point.
we might be entertainment for them. Something on a higher level than entertainment. That's the only thing we can relate it to. So we go into the jungles, right? You hear about people getting eaten by alligators and stuff.
Yeah.
We're way superior to an alligator.
But
But
nevertheless-
we go in there, we mess them, and then someone gets eaten.
Right, but
You
you're
know?
talking about one person.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. In terms of Roswell and them crashing.
Yeah. How would they crash if they're so advanced? Well,
Right.
they're not. Who knows why they were here, what they're doing, and what their intent
Well,
was.
I heard something. I forgot where I heard it, and it was, again, I did so much research this week. So I don't know where I heard it, but I heard that it was an unacknowledged.
Yeah.
I think they said that they got 4 aliens from the Roswell crash. The last one died in 1952.
Yeah, I'm not sure the timeline or how many aliens, but I did hear because I haven't watched it for a while.
The timeline's 1947 is when Roswell happened.
Yeah,
right?
that I know.
So the
Yeah,
last
that-
alien died in 1952.
Okay,
So that's what they said.
you're right. Right.
My question is, wouldn't you come looking for your buddies if you're that advanced? Wouldn't you be like, okay,
We should recover.
the kids got
Yeah.
Sean. Let's go
Yeah,
get
let's go get
Sean.
him. You know what the other
That's what I'm worried- that's what I
I
wonder.
hear that might be the answer to that is that these they call it gray or whatever the hell they found
Yeah.
is almost like a biological intelligence. It's not they're
So one collective.
it's like a robot, but it's super intelligent and it's actually
Like a drone or a probe or
yeah, but living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Organic-like.
And they send them there, and they're almost like how we'd send a drone or we'd send a robot somewhere to Mars. Say we send a robot to Mars.
Yeah.
It's their
Version.
version of a robot, but and they kind
It's
of
an organic.
yeah.
it's an
They
organic.
grow
That's
or
yeah.
whatever.
I get that. That kind of ties in a little. That's actually a.
Wouldn't they want to recover though to conceal their? cover
Well,
the
no,
tracks?
because I think
Or are they
Or is
like,
it
what are
too-
these guys gonna do? They can't even
They
leave the
don't feel
planet.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Knock
They
yourselves out, guys.
I think it's like dropping. Somebody said once it's like taking a nuclear bomb, setting it down in the 1800s. You'd have a bunch of people just sitting there tinkering at it,
Yeah.
going, "What the hell is this?" Right?
Not
Yeah.
realizing.
Yeah, not
At
not
that
having an
point in
idea
time.
what the power is. But I guess that what you said about the biological thing that kind of fits into a theory that I'm developing. That okay, I have a lot, but I have like 70 theories. So one of them is, what if this is a version of us from a different dimension? What if this is us in the future? And I'm talking about
I've heard
generations.
that.
Because if you think about it, what the human race is good at is we are constantly progressing.
Yeah.
We never stop. We're not going to stop. We never sit there and go, you know what, guys?
We're capped.
We're good
done.
enough. Good enough. No, we're gonna start becoming bionic. We're gonna start becoming cyborgs. We're gonna probably. You ever see that movie, Replicas?
Yeah.
No.
Replicants or
Who's in
surrogates? Surrogates.
No, I never saw it.
Where it's this movie with Bruce Willis. In the future, they just like sit down on their couch and they put on this thing, and then a better looking robot version of them comes out and lives their day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
They just kind of are they controlling them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're controlling
yeah,
them just by
just
laying down.
remotely.
So they're not
Telepathically.
doing shit. So it's funny because the Bruce Willis robot looks beautiful and has like there's perfect.
Yeah,
no
and then you see him, he has like this huge beard. He's got a gut. He's he's ugly, right?
Yeah,
He's like
yeah.
a regular human. But I can see us easily doing that, or going
Yeah.
into Ready Player One,
Yeah.
having that type
I don't know what
of
that
thing.
is.
Yeah.
It's Matrix, going in the
Oh,
Matrix.
okay. Yeah.
You know, living your life through the Matrix,
Yeah.
things like that. We're not going to stop. And eventually, I think we're going to figure out how to download our conscience into something that never breaks. Right? What if it's the gray? What if we find a
Yeah, because-
biological way of doing that? And we're
Yeah.
they're basically being either science or archaeologists. What if the grays are archaeologists from the future checking us out?
Yeah.
Oh, this is how we grew up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
this is
figure
how
it
we've
out.
evolved.
Yeah.
Like, because what's scary now is we're
Yeah.
doing it right now to the chimps. Like, the chimps have just entered the Stone Age,
Yeah.
right? Think how cool that is.
I saw something where a chimp now is able to. It was an actual,
Orangutan.
It was
Using
harpooning
the stick, yeah.
a freaking
Yeah.
a fish.
That's,
Learning how to hunt.
Excuse me. Yeah, with a tool like that.
this is the horriblest word.
And again, I don't know
Orangutan.
if I don't know if it was a photo or whatever, but if it's true, it's pretty nuts.
Fishing. I missed that. There, fishing
Don't
with
worry, they'll
spear.
find it.
There it is, right
Yeah.
there. This is amazing, this photo. Look at this guy.
And you know what?
Look at
Is
that guy.
it a doctored photo? Maybe. If it is, possibly. But if that's real, that's fucking crazy.
That's crazy because that was us how many years, millions of years
Millions.
ago?
Yeah.
Right? We're actually watching us evolve.
Well, the Indians were still doing that.
Yeah,
So,
you're right. You're right.
you know, So
You're right. You're right. Absolutely. So I guess what happened, I heard the story about this. What happened was he was sitting in a tree watching
Watching for a fish to come back.
fishermen do that.
Oh,
And then
yeah, yeah,
he- He learned it and monkey see, monkey do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But that's crazy. That's nuts. But that's another one, right? He's fishing too, right? Look at that guy.
What is that? I can't
an
get the
orangutan.
perspective of it though. What is
I
this?
think it looks like he's fishing right there. But anyway, so I mean that's a theory that I could see happening more than anything else.
Yeah.
Is that they're the future. They're our future, and they're just time traveling back to this
Yeah.
time. And because according to Bob Lazar, they're working on anti-gravity, right? Anti-gravity. So the way I'm understanding the way anti-gravity works is it pushes off wherever you want it to go. So he explained it like if you put this on a couch and you push down the couch cushion, this is naturally going to fall that way.
Yeah, or like,
Right.
or no, I think what he said a bowling ball on a bed.
Yeah, bowling ball on a
Which was
bed.
a
Thank
pretty
you.
Good description
Excellent,
of it. Perfect,
excellent
yeah.
way to do it. And that's how he explained that's how this thing works.
It's like a fabric.
Yeah, which is really cool. But if it can do that, it can bend space-time
Yeah.
continuum. And if you're
Yeah.
bending space-time, aren't you going time travel?
Yeah, it's time
Aren't
travel.
you doing that?
Yep, yeah.
Right?
That's time travel.
Yeah. So, but the only one thing that went in my head a long time ago was I thought, like, I heard that if an alien planet is looking at us through a telescope, they're seeing dinosaurs right now.
Probably less than that.
So why would they come here? Well, if it's less than
Curious.
dinosaurs, then yeah, I get that. But dinosaurs just had to be scary.
Right.
Like if you're looking at that, like, I ain't going that fucking.
Yeah.
planet.
Well, yeah.
Planet.
What's the
Fuck
point?
that planet.
Yeah.
You can't talk to those things.
Yeah. Well, what's the point of that?
Yeah. My other theory is that they're not even talking to us. They're talking to dolphins or whales or orcas or.
Yeah. You know what? As far as that going that deep, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I just yeah.
But again,
It could be a
you
science
can't
experiment then.
dismiss it.
Well,
You
and-
can't. Yeah.
What I always say too about people, UFOs or whatever, this and that, and aliens, whatever. There are galaxies that can harbor life with their, with the sun in that habitable zone, or the
Yeah.
planet in the habitable zone from the sun,
Right.
this and that, that are freaking billions of years older than us.
Yeah.
Now, if we don't blow ourselves up in a billion years, us planet Earth, think where our technology will be in a billion years.
Oh,
So you're telling me they can't come here? I doubt that.
that's true.
I doubt that.
That's a really good point.
If,
Yeah.
as long as they don't, as long as we don't freaking blow ourselves up by then.
I'm to be honest, I'm shocked we even got out of our planet.
Are you, though?
The technology it takes to do that. What freaks me out are the people that actually understood the physics and the mathematics to get us.
I'm impressed how they figured it out and were able to execute it.
Absolutely.
Is it like unbelievable to me? No, but that just shows, I think, that you've put your mind to it and figured it out, and even like sending that Mars rover, what is involved in having that? Did you ever see a video of that thing land? The Mars rover land?
No, is it cool?
Oh my God! It drops down. This is like the ending stage of it, but it drops down in like an inflated thing, and it bounces and rolls, and it just unfolds.
Yeah.
Put Mars rover
landing. Curious rover landing.
Yeah, try that.
That's from 2012. Is that the same?
Oh, I don't want to hear this guy talk.
The rocket equation. It's a beautiful thing.
Skip through it,
More
Over
recent.
in Europe, you will find the Balkans. In the Balkans, you'll find the country of Romania.
Put Mars rover being dropped on Mars or something.
Here we go.
Atmosphere. The heat shield in the front of our rover gets to
There you
about
go.
the surface temperature of the sun, 1600 degrees centigrade. At this point, we're going to start what I like to call reverse origami. We're going to pull up a parachute. This is supersonic parachute, and that's going to start changing our angle of attack from being direct.
Make a drink. But
Right here.
Yeah.
This is what amazes me. How they even know what kind of metal. The resistance to the temperature of the sun.
Mars atmosphere.
Yeah, that they're going to enter in the Mars atmosphere to our sun. Like it's going to be as hot as the sun. Like how do you? Okay, would you know how to? Would you know how to?
Well,
how to
they
break
have the
that?
experience of that from the moon coming in,
Oh,
but
good
they still
point.
have to figure that out from the
Yeah.
moon.
Good point. Good point.
But also, why haven't we been back to the moon?
Yeah.
At this point, we're going to
Vodka's in the freezer. Watch the camera.
Yeah, this is awesome. Watch this how this thing. The one I saw bounce though, it's still mine.
More or less on a shoestring. Once we find the surface, we blow up the airbags.
Here it is.
That takes about a blink of an eye, about a half a millisecond, and then we're going to fire some retro rockets. When we get to about 40 meters above the surface, slow down to 0 miles per hour.
Oh my God! It does bounce.
Yeah.
Huge too.
Yeah, and it just totally unfolds.
And we bounce. Now the first bounce of this vehicle could take us over. I use the Empire State Building. We can bounce anywhere from a mile.
Over the Empire State Building. Are you kidding me?
Hey Johnny, where's that bottle I already opened? You know.
Down. It should be down in the freezer. Oh, no, you talking about the buy?
The juice.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't open it. No.
Just open another one. It's for you.
Taking away a little bit of energy, which slows us down. After we lose all of our energy and we come to a stop, we're going to deflate the airbags. So the vehicle
You guys have got to look this up on YouTube, folks.
What you saw happen in a few seconds.
That thing
there,
unfolds and
about
it's
45 minutes. The next
incredible.
thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up our lander pedals. We're going to open up these lander pedals now. What you're going to see happen in about 30 seconds happens in 45 minutes. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up the solar rays, and if you don't mind, I'll watch it too.
This is amazing.
It just kind of rolls.
This is absolutely amazing.
Once it gets over center. Oh, okay.
This is solar panels.
Yeah.
I must have seen this 1,000 times. It doesn't matter.
Dude,
how they
how
figure
they
it out.
can think of that.
Smart.
How do you
motherfuckers.
test that? How do you test that?
Yeah.
Because gravity's different
It's
there.
totally different. Yeah.
Not only that, that was based off of the idea that everything goes according to plan, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like everything goes according to plan. It's gonna bounce. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And,
gonna bounce.
and 45 seconds. What if that thing doesn't take 45 seconds? What if those rear thrusters don't
They
work?
fail.
Yeah.
Or-
What
and
if
the-
one busts?
Yeah. What if it pops or something?
Yeah. Or not only that, from what I understand, have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen the Earth with all the garbage around the Earth?
Like space junk is.
Yeah,
supposed
have
to
you-
bring-
have you
I
seen
haven't-
it?
I don't know if I've seen it.
I don't
but
even know how the
I
fuck
think
we
it's
get out of
miles.
there.
It's miles deep.
I don't know how the fuck we
isn't it?
get out of there. It's crazy.
I think there's projects out there that they're gonna try to kind of gather some of it and go with like
Scoop them up.
a huge ass freaking net
You'd scoop.
and drag it or something. Who knows if it's gonna come to fruition? But I've
This is-
heard-
Yeah, there's.
this is insane. This is it right here. This is garbage around the Earth. This is satellites. This is garbage. This is stuff that we've all freaking
Glitter
just
is an
dumped.
ongoing problem on Earth's life while surrounded by particles of space junk.
Look at that.
How do we send?
How the
stuff
hell do we get
to
out of
into
there?
Space? I
Yeah.
mean,
no longer serve any function. NASA's
because we're sending stuff to Mars right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's a manned mission planned for 2024 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
2024,
Look at that.
2028,
Look at that. Just
something like that.
around the Earth.
At any
How does
given
shit?
moment.
Yeah. How does shit not hit like our satellites every day?
Yeah.
You know, how do we not like I get it if we don't have like DirecTV one day.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
I know. We
fucking
buy no
can
line.
hit it or something, blew it
exactly.
up.
Yep.
Hey, what about the Black Knight? Have you guys heard about that? The Black Knight satellite in space?
No.
Oh my God, yes. I got Nick on something here. This is awesome. I thought you knew about all this stuff.
Black Knight? No.
Black
never
Knight
heard that.
satellite.
I thought you were talking about a Batman movie for a second.
No. Black Knight. How do you spell satellite, guys? There it is.
There it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'll pop up.
So this has come up, and people have caught this, and they don't know what the hell it is. There it is. I'll get you a better image of it. Look at that thing.
It's in our orbit?
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
our orbit. It's called the Black Knight. It's taken from NASA. They have no idea what that is. In 1998, NASA photo of space debris, and the object believed by some conspiracy theorists is that it's black. It's a Black Knight, and NASA says that's not ours.
Well,
I know it could be Russians. It could be
Yeah.
anything.
or it is NASA's and someone found it. That ain't ours. It's just-
Denying it.
That's
yeah.
not ours.
Yeah. But no, I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's called the Black Knight. People think it's here's a one. 17 creepy facts about the Black Knight. That makes me want to hit this. That's clickbait. Isn't that considered clickbait?
I don't know.
17 creepy facts about the Black Knight. What do we got here?
That's from '98 too.
Doesn't that look weird? Thermal blanket that was lost in a previous mission. This is what the thermal blanket looks like. Oh, they say it's the thermal blanket?
How big is it?
A
Did it say
blanket?
Did it say how big it
4
was?
by 8, and it's been
No, it isn't. In 1954, the Marine Corps Navy aviator, writer, and UFO researcher named Donald Keyhole said that the U.S. Air Force had detected 2 satellites orbiting Earth. This was 3 years prior to the first human-made satellite, Sputnik 1, being launched. Okay, so it's just going to keep going like this. Who's that guy?
Oh, that's Gordon Cooper.
Nice job, Nick.
Yeah. He's a NASA astronaut that he believes in UFOs. He said he's seen some too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff fascinates me. So were those the 17 facts? I just glossed over them?
I
Anyway.
don't know. I saw one fact.
All right. But anyway, that's the Black Knight.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, what do you guys think of Men in Black? What do you think of that?
The
Not
first
Will
one?
Smith. The no, not the movie.
Oh.
The actual evidence.
The
of
guys of Men in Black.
No, the real Men in Black.
Yeah,
you ever
yeah,
hear
yeah.
those stories?
Yeah,
They're-
for sure. I
they're creepy.
think there's probably something
They
to
exist. Yeah.
Think so? You think they're aliens,
Well,
or do you think they're aliens working for the government, or do you think they're government?
it. Might be government. guys.
Government. Yeah.
I think it's probably.
But the way they explain them, it doesn't seem like government.
Well, and I don't know too much about them. All I hear
Right.
is the 2 guys came to my door in suits and
Yeah.
talking to me, questioning me, don't
Yeah, but
say
they
anything.
talk to themselves in numbers. They have 0 hair anywhere, I guess.
Well, see, I don't even know in that
Yeah,
much detail.
and I hear they talk like this.
What
Really?
if they do it
Yeah.
intentionally?
That's
To
exactly
intimidate.
They
exactly what I
could
was
do
gonna say.
intentionally.
Yeah,
that would
make 'em freak out.
intimidate me. 2 black guys coming,
Yeah.
2 men in black,
Men
not black
dressed-
guys,
dressed in black. Yeah.
2 men in black guys coming up, having almost 0 features, no pigmentation, and they're just pale.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Oh yeah,
I've never heard.
I gotta
that.
hook
Little
you up to that.
body.
I gotta find that
Yeah,
one
send me
YouTube
those
thing.
links, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I had Skinwalker Ranch. We actually already
Yeah.
talked about that. The reptilian race. What do you guys think of that thing?
Like the shapeshifters.
Do you believe in that?
Yeah,
You seem a guy that would believe in reptilian race.
I think it's a possibility.
I don't know
Think so?
that much
Yeah.
about it to comment. Well, and obviously my first reaction is, well, that's fucking
I
nuts.
think that's such
But
bullshit.
if someone is listening to me talking about the other shit, their first reaction is, this guy's fucking nuts. So,
Good
and,
point.
You know what I mean?
And I just got done giving us a great speech about being open-minded, and I'm
Yeah.
saying it's bullshit to a
yeah,
lizard.
and to me, anything's possible, and so it could be. I'm not saying no. I don't know that much about it to comment.
It's just
too
hard
much-
because
too much detail.
it's
about
that
it.
David. Is it Icke?
David. I don't know. It's
I
Ike or
think it's
Ike.
Ike.
ICKE.
I think it's
I thought it was-
Ike.
Yeah.
I think it's like 2. He seems so far out. But actually, have you heard him talk about Facebook and cell phones now?
No.
He kind of makes you think, oh shit.
What does he say?
Privacy.
I mean, other
I
than-
can't remember.
I can
verbatim.
imagine what he said.
Yeah, but-
other than the obvious.
He made a great. It was great. It made me sit there and really think, like, are we getting screwed? Like,
I've heard him talk
5G.
about
Here it
certain
is.
subjects.
5G. He's talking about 5G. Isn't that the new cell phone coming out, right?
Yeah.
People
Could be.
believe they have planned for us. David Icke, the
I've
truth
heard
about
about-
5G you're not being told, David Icke. Here it is. Listen to this fruit pie.
I've heard him talk about certain subjects, and
There's other.
stuff has come to fruition.
Right. So it and that's what
Some of
sucks.
it.
That's what makes
Some
it.
of
That's
it.
what makes it scary.
So there's more to it than 5G versus than just communications.
5G is doing and what what they say it's doing. We're told on the IEEE beamforming document that this technology cooked your eyes like eggs in World War II.
Let's see, that sounds a little.
A little bit, yeah.
Why would you want a nation of blind people?
Where everything has to be black and white. You're for us or you're against us. You're good or you're bad. You're black or you're white. 5G is a weapon. It's used by the military. They drive up in these technology when they want to scatter a cloud, and they put out these frequencies in a much higher power than 5G will be initially with us, but the same frequency. And people scatter because they get the feeling their skin is on fire. Because the human body, including the skin, is an antenna.
It's another form of
interacts
control.
with frequencies.
Yeah.
And it receives and transmits information. At the cutting edge of understanding of DNA, scientists know that DNA is a receiver-transmitter of information. And we are electromagnetic, electrical organisms.
This stuff
transmitters and
is true.
receivers
I
of
get
information.
that, but
When our electromagnetic fields are in balance and harmony, we have health. We have psychological health, and we have physical health. The reason that this technological society is causing so much psychological and quote, physical disease is because these frequencies, technologically driven, live in this Wi-Fi world now and all the phone masts and all the rest of it, these technologically generated frequencies are scrambling the balance of the human electromagnetic electrical communication system.
I can believe that.
yeah, I don't know that much about it, but
Right.
yeah, I can see that happening.
You can sit here. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes he gets me, and I'm like, that makes fucking
Yeah.
sense. Like,
yeah,
we
And I don't
were
doubt
never
that.
designed to take
Be
on
exposed
all
to
these
this.
radio waves, and
Yeah.
we weren't designed for that.
Yeah.
We're designed to be or are we?
You know, I think, well, you evolved, right? Apparently.
Right.
And if we are this science experiment for
Yeah.
these, whoever the hell they are, then maybe we weren't, we evolved. So we're in the middle of evolving into being able to handle that.
Yeah. Are you guys excited or are you fearful of the future?
I'm not scared one bit.
I'm not scared either.
I mean,
Are you scared?
I'm
You
not
can
scared.
admit if you're. You can admit if
I'm
you're
not
scared.
a fan of. I don't. How he's describing 5G. I believe that.
Yeah, I
What
believe
he
That
it
said.
worries you?
Well, I don't know
What the hell is
worries me.
5G? What
I don't know
what's
what
the
that
It's
big
is.
another
It's-
network,
it's-
and they
Isn't it
try to-
4G? Nothing happened to us.
Yeah.
So 5G,
No,
they have
but-
to use.
So
So
my
basically-
point is, okay, you do 5G, right? According to him, it's going to melt your eyeballs. Why would you want an
I don't
entire
think so,
world
be to
with
the-
eyeballs? Like,
Well, I think it was like a metaphor.
Yeah,
metaphor?
Yeah,
Okay.
not to
I
that. He's
think,
exaggerating.
Yeah.
'Cause He's just trying to.
don't do these metaphors, man. I take that shit seriously.
I think he's trying to stress that there's more to it than what we're being led to believe.
For sure.
It's
and
not
there's
just-
I agree with that 100%. No doubt about it. Yeah.
Did you hear about the Facebook app, the Face app?
Yes.
Are you following
Well,
that?
this is what I heard. I don't know if there's more to it or whatever. If I'm not grasping it right,
I
but
fucking fell for it. I made an old man photo of myself.
well, no, I knew the app, but then they said it was a Russian app. And
Yeah,
then
the Russians
oh,
have your face now.
Yeah, nice.
But listen, they can do other things to get their face.
Well, not only that, you can just go on my YouTube channel and get my face.
Yeah, it's-
Not hard.
Yeah.
Like you can go on my Facebook channel
And they also
and
said
get
there
my
were
face.
security risks to your bank records and all that stuff. But all apps, that's a risk with all apps. I think. You know?
I don't
Facebook-
think I'm that important to worry about. Like, I just don't think I'm that important to worry about. Like, I guess the only thing that would bother me, ever see that movie Nick of Time?
No.
Where, like, this guy realizes that he has his family to lose and, we're going to get him to shoot the congressman or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
No, who's in it?
Johnny Depp.
Oh,
It's
really?
actually,
No, I didn't
it's
see it.
actually a pretty good
Yeah, it's
movie,
decent, yeah.
but it wasn't well publicized. But anyway, okay, so 5G. What do you like? I don't know anything about 5G. It's just
So it's supposed to increase speed.
speed to your internet.
Yeah, in which time frame it's supposed to. I forgot the exact details on how more efficient and fast it is versus 4G. But you have to have an abundance of transmitters. And those transmitters expose you to what he's describing. And being
So more waves. So we're
Yeah.
almost getting cooked like
Yep,
microwaves.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. All right.
So what is we're getting cooked from like microwaves? What does that cause?
What's
Like,
the
it's
end game?
Dumb us down or what?
Damage.
Yeah.
But there's also other means to like they can penetrate through your walls. It's access to
Your thoughts?
not your thoughts. Privacy. Like they
Oh,
can gain
I
access.
think that's not far away either.
Well, our privacy's gone. We have none.
No, I mean to be able to read minds.
Oh, telepathy?
Yeah, I think you'll be able. I think Elon Musk is working on something.
Well, I saw something like 2 days ago. He's got something, and I didn't read it in detail, but it's implanted in your brain. I'm sure you've heard about this.
Yeah.
Like I said, skimmed through it, and from what I skimmed through, I thought, I could totally be wrong, that it's going to be like on the open market within the next year or so.
It doesn't surprise me.
This way you can download stuff to your your brain, so you don't forget it and stuff like that. I could be off on a little bit about the fine details, but basically, it's implanting something in your brain to help your brain function.
A memory chip.
Can you imagine that?
Surgically
I
implanted.
can imagine it.
We're all going to be geniuses.
Well, listen to
Like,
listen,
if you
I'm telling you
choose-
right now, again, conspiracy thing going, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that the government's been doing that for 10, 15 years, putting chips into your
soldiers
brain.
and-
It could be soldiers.
Or anybody that does brain surgery, hey, put this chip in there.
Yeah, like the people.
Oh, but a doctor would have talked by then, right? Don't you think?
Well, it depends on what you're getting paid. Some of these guys, that's part of their thing. They're
That's
they're
true.
in the loop in certain things, and they get certain benefits and
Fucking
perks.
capitalism, man. I'm telling you.
But they can put chips in their brain. Like, let's face it, probably the world is run by, I don't know what the number is, but it's not the U.S. government. It's probably like 1,000 people. No, maybe more than that. But you know what I mean? It's like a group of people that probably run the whole world. They're not American. They're not necessarily all European.
Yeah.
They're a group of guys.
Global.
And that whole society, I think they function on a whole nother level than we do.
But they still breathe the same air as we do.
Yeah, absolutely. But
they still drink the same. Well, they might not drink the same water.
they might not.
Right,
No, they got their own shit.
Maybe.
Probably. Look up Richard Dolan and Secret Space Program. Not now, but
Richard Dolan. I remember.
Secret Space Program.
I remember watching.
Or no, Breakaway Civilization. That's what it is.
Breakaway Civilization.
Yeah.
All right,
So
I'll
here's
watch
the gist of it is, when the Roswell crashed, if it did crash, whatever, they had, so an arm of the military was, investigating all this stuff and trying to figure out how it worked, and then parallel path to that, this military industrial complex developed with the military and private entities, because they're developing the stuff for the military. They have contractors that develop that for them, right?
Yeah.
So they're working together, and little by little, his logic is little by little, okay, yeah, you make a breakthrough here. Oh, and a breakthrough there. And all of a sudden you're making all these little breakthroughs, and you're keeping it quiet. And next thing you know, the people who are controlling these programs have technology that is way beyond the regular public has. And they're almost like a breakaway civilization where they have the privilege to not only like medical treatments that have them stay healthy or whatever. Who knows, going off. This is reaching now, but I'm just, embellishing a bit, going off world, going to Mars, doing all that
We're
other
talking
stuff.
about UFOs. There's no.
No, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
They have a little group of people that, not a little, but, compared to regular society, is little. And they have all these little breakthroughs. And, when you're military generals, when you retire, you get jobs at these corporate companies like Lockheed Martin and all this stuff. And it creates a breakaway civilization that they're doing other things that the regular peons like us are not privileged to.
Yeah, I can definitely.
It's an interesting thing. Richard Dolan, Breakaway Civilization. There's YouTube videos all over about it.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Richard Dolan's a good. Did you ever hear of him?
Yeah, you turned me on to him.
Yeah.
And I like his stuff. He doesn't. He seems very credible to me.
Yeah,
like it's
smart
not
guy.
like Greer. I'm still on the fence on. Bob Lazar. I really don't know. I know I want to believe.
Yeah.
I know I want to believe in it all. I want to, and I hope they're here. If there's aliens out there, if they're listening now, I'm cool if you're here to help us. Like, just come to the right people. That's all I gotta say.
But Dolan, did you ever hear how Dolan started out in this?
No, how did he start?
Well,
out?
this is
Did
how
he start out to debunk it?
Well, no, he was like, I guess he went to school. He was actually an academic. He's got a lot of degrees. He's apparently a smart guy. Yeah. But he was a history, Cold War history historian, Cold War historian.
Okay.
And he was in a bookstore or whatever. This is how he tells it. He was in a bookstore, and he was, he's waiting around for somebody. He sees this book, UFOs. So he picks it up for the heck of it, and he's just paging through it. I forgot the name of the book. But all of a sudden he's seeing names like Eisenhower and Truman, and He's like, wait a second. I've been studying history. He's like 18, 19, 20 years old this time. He's in college. I never heard about this UFO stuff. And so he's like, And his initial thought wasn't, are UFOs real? He's like, does the government really have an interest in UFOs? And then he started looking into that. He's like, shit, they do have an interest in it. They're interested in this shit.
Yeah.
Then now, whatever, 20, 25 years later, he's freaking neck deep in it.
Yeah.
But he's good. Some of the stuff, he has a podcast now with him and his wife or something. It's okay, but some of the older stuff is good. It's real good. It's real good.
So, have either of you guys think you've had an experience with an alien, UFO, anything like that?
Never even seen one.
No.
I've seen things that are questionable.
Yeah? Well,
Regular.
speaking of that, when this is done, we're going to go up and put on, he brought his,
Yeah, I remember I
scope.
saw the text.
So we're going to go check out the
Within
skies.
10 minutes, I give it. Within 10 minutes, you'll see.
See what?
You'll see something
Something that you can't see
within
with the
10
naked
minutes.
eye.
Of putting it
Yeah.
in.
Really, even out in this backyard, do you think?
Well, if it's clear, maybe, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if not, there's literally a park with a field that we can
if
go
you have
walk
a
to,
wide,
literally.
the more field of view you have,
The better?
the more
Yeah,
likely.
more-
to
I
more
think
sky
I
to
got
see.
I got a better place in my backyard.
Yeah.
I think I got a better place. Too many trees.
Because he was telling me about it, and the one thing I did ask him about, because I've seen videos on it and stuff, and you see things moving, but I asked him if anything changes direction.
I've
That's
not-
what really get me interested.
That
if
I've
it
not
changed
seen.
direction.
Yeah,
About
yeah, you're right. So this is what I'm scared of when we go do this,
Don't be
right?
scared.
For all the guys that for anybody that's listening, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take night vision goggles, go outside, look up at the sky. I guess you can see some crazy cool stuff, right, Sean? You've
Yep.
done this before.
Yep.
Okay. What worries me is one of us is going to see something, and the other two are going to want to see it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
give it,
you're
Yeah,
fighting
we're
over
going to be
it, yeah.
fighting over it. So that's the only thing that worries me.
Yeah. Oh, you can YouTube stuff too on videos.
It's
People
different
put-
firsthand.
No, I know it is, but I'm just saying that if
Yeah?
no one's seen it.
What have you
they're
seen
on
so
it.
far?
I want to say
Take your fist away from your mouth. We want to see your pretty mouth. Go ahead.
2010 is when I became aware. We still lived in Colorado.
Oh, I'm sure you saw some cool shit.
Yeah,
in
with
Colorado.
the less light pollution out there, like
Yeah,
clockwork.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So, when I first became aware of things in the sky,
Yeah.
I believe this was a satellite because it was like clockwork, 9:45, like clockwork.
Oh, you were tracking one.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed what. Eventually, when we moved back here, I made my dad aware just to go outside at night, look up, just look up. So eventually, he became aware as well, and we referred to him as dots.
Was this with the goggles or without?
Without
Okay.
naked eye.
Okay.
So that's all it is.
Right.
In
Yeah,
most cases,
yeah.
it looks like a dot.
Right.
But on real clear nights, particularly during the summer, you will see them all over the place. No changing directions, just different speeds though.
Yeah.
They'll be hauling ass, east-west, west-east, north-south.
But they're
Could
not
be a-
zipping. Are they zipping? Like,
No,
are
they're not. No, just a straight line across
Okay.
the sky. So I believe those to be satellites. Interesting though.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
those were the first lights. Best way to describe it that I noticed in the sky
Yeah.
that appeared to be not aircraft. But then eventually we became aware, us being my dad and I, these other objects that they fade in and out. They'll dim.
Really?
Yep. And the duration changes.
Could that be a satellite catching the
Why would they
reflection
have
of the
a
sun?
giant?
Rotating stuff
Yeah,
like that.
rotating or something like that, or
Possibly, but you can. It's such a short distance, though.
I'll have to look at it because again,
yeah, I don't know.
So those,
I'm just-
what
I'm
we started
thinking-
referring to those as faders because they would fade in and out.
Yeah.
Once you notice one, I mean, they will illuminate. I mean, it's blinding.
Yeah.
It's possible a reflection of the sun.
Yeah.
But then they fade out. So, but you can still see them to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Eventually, at some point, if you are able to track, they'll do it again. It will repeat.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
is it the same sort of pattern, or is it inconsistent?
It's inconsistent,
Okay.
and the directions change as well.
Huh.
So if you take into account the setting of the sun, okay, what if it's going north and south and acting the same thing?
Is the fader always in the same area?
Nope, they vary throughout. They can
Okay.
be multiple times, multiple directions,
Then
all
my
at the
guess,
same time.
my guess, and this is just an educated guess from a dummy.
But I got more. It gets
All right,
better.
that monkey behind me is smarter than I am. But what I think it is, I just showed that whole map of the garbage. That could be reflective because the garbage is flying through the entire. It could be that.
Possibly.
or it could be.
Are we able to? I believe
I have no
before
idea.
we hit the edge of our atmosphere, it's 10 miles.
Yeah, that I don't
We,
know.
with the naked eye,
See
have the
that?
ability to see that. about
Who's that one guy that Red Bull? He jumped literally from outer space and came down.
yeah, right.
I don't know.
For Red Bull.
I'm sorry.
Red
Yes,
Bull
he was
sponsored.
sponsored
Yeah,
by Red
I
Bull.
figured which one,
He
yeah.
jumped from the outer
Edge.
atmosphere, the edge of
stratosphere,
the atmosphere,
yeah.
the stratosphere. Thank you. Yeah.
But-
is that what you're talking about? The stratosphere is 10 feet from
10 miles.
10 miles.
Yep. But about 2 years ago,
Do you guys ever just sit there and think to yourself, like, we're on a floating spaceship that's just hurling throughout
through
infinity?
space, is
Well,
that really true?
Yeah, a little bit. But I also think that this little ball and all this, we're like
Yeah.
Speck?
nothing.
Dude, we could literally be a speck on a huge animal's ass, and we don't know.
Yeah.
We could be that.
Well, like at the end of that Men in Black movie.
yeah, exactly.
Where those
They were
little
just
marble-
we're a
about-
marble.
Yeah.
So regarding
Going
that,
into a
child's
bag
play
and-
toy,
Yeah.
yeah.
what I see in the sky about 2 years ago, I'm always staring at the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is only within the last 2 years. I noticed this spontaneous flashes. I'm not talking about the entire sky. Again, it's like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're random areas of the sky. The durations vary, and they can choose. I mean, it will just different locations.
Does it
If
seem
nobody
like
else sees?
does it seem like they're communicating with each other?
Did you ever bring Kim out there and try to
I
say-
tried, and she did notice one incident, and she just kind of dismissed it. So if they're
Sean, you're an
communicating,
idiot.
so I've seen, on other sites, other people have mentioned this, and they said that if you go outside and you look up, they're basically acknowledging you, that they see you. So you look at them, they're making you aware
So
that they see
that
you.
goes along with Greer's thing.
Oh.
I mean,
They're
it
communicating
sounds
with
like
you.
it. I don't know.
I thought he shot up lasers.
He did. He somehow goes out there and tries to
Shoots
what's
up
that?
lasers.
summon them somehow.
Yeah,
whatever.
So from this
But-
point on, just look.
Okay.
They're quick and they're fast, but once you notice it, you always notice.
Once you know what you're looking for.
Now it's real spread out. It could be
I
like
think it might be really hard in my area to do that. I think I got
Possibly.
too
They're
much.
fast.
coverage.
He lives fairly close. I mean, we don't.
I just had a
He was talking about Colorado.
Oh
no. Those brief
Yeah.
flashes.
Out here?
That's within the last 2 years.
Oh,
That's being
okay,
here.
okay.
So those
You can go on my dad's roof.
every night.
no, they're
Okay.
real random.
Okay.
I'm always looking up.
Like, say
sometimes-
you go out there. Was it once every 5 times? Once every
Yeah,
10?
it could be like not even. It could be farther spread. I could be
Okay.
a few incidents in 1 week, and then I don't see anything for 4 or 5 months.
Oh shit.
Okay.
But once I started seeing them, eventually I was just like, nobody else is gonna believe me. Nobody else even cares. I just look it up and like,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Oh, well.
see you, but I
Another
don't know
one.
what you are.
So, who's
I don't know what it
who's
is.
telling you that they're saying that
Other
they
people have
see
seen
you?
the same thing, so their theory is that they're acknowledging you.
That you're.
So once you see, and I believe it because if so it's like as soon as I get outside within 10 minutes, if it just happens to take place, I look up, boom, there it is. All right, I see you.
All right.
I'll stare
I'm
for
gonna
10,
be
15
living
minutes. I'm
outside
like,
at night from now on. Look at
Once
You know what I really want
notice
to
it,
do?
though-
I would really like to grab those things, like if we go camping, like, or if we're
In the
out
middle
in
of
an
nowhere
open
where there's no-
space, yeah, like,
So
no
what
haze
these-
or
like
whatever.
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I want to see
look
just
up.
to this area with that scope.
or the desert.
It's only we're just because of our area with that scope, we're seeing something different versus
Yeah.
like you're in Colorado and you're at the high elevations.
Yeah.
They've
for sure.
seen it all, but there are other things. I just like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I went out there. I just put them on. It's the first time I broke them out. I'm like, I saw something.
you were
I took
telling
it
me.
away. I couldn't see with the naked eye. I put it back up. I watched it across the sky, transition across the sky for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Pulled it away. Then I went to another area and zoomed in, and I just started painting across the sky. I didn't see anything in that particular incident, but
Yeah.
you could see different clusters of stars and whatnot that you
Interesting.
I want to try to see it for myself because right away, and believe me, don't take this like I'm saying it full shit
Right.
because I just haven't experienced it. It's like a ghost. You don't know if you believe it until you see him. But
Yeah.
Once you see,
I'm
you'll
thinking
know.
that it might be.
It could be a
space
satellite.
junk or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
satellite.
thinking. I'm with you. I'm thinking it's space junk. I'm not
Yeah.
taking anything away from you. I'm not saying
Yeah.
anything like that.
I've
but
seen no 45 degree.
Yeah.
But there's other cases or incidents that I've seen. It'll stagger.
Well, that's movement.
Oh, that's movement. Man. That's what I'm
many,
talking
many,
about.
many
That's
times.
that's the
But
shit
it's
I'm
short.
talking about.
You have to watch and you have to pay attention.
Yeah, you gotta
And
watch it
eventually,
close.
you're like you have to pull away.
It's like the thing like ghosts. I don't know. That could be true, but it's like one thing you have to experience.
Wait, did you
it.
hear
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
This,
might-
I
that
mean,
might-
it's. I've called Kim. I brought her out there.
Yeah.
No,
And I've like.
I wasn't making
You know what
fun
you
of
gotta
you.
do?
I
You
wasn't
gotta-
making fun of
You
you.
gotta try to get. Well, I don't know if you.
I've
can.
tried it with the phone. It's all distorted.
No, I know, but then I know that because I looked into renting those
Yeah.
goggles.
Yeah.
Freaking like they're
Yeah,
like
they're-
$3,000 to
yeah.
rent them. And-
Your goggles?
No, I don't know what you have.
I got the Generation 1 Plus, but they're military.
Yeah.
They're mil spec, and
Yeah.
the military uses.
Because I heard about that. I'm like, I want to rent the pair. I looked into it. Fuck.
Those, it goes all the way up to Generation 4, which
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
8 to 12 grand.
But I'm thinking
Yeah.
there has to be a certain model that you can videotape what you're watching, looking at. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Those are
that
big
would be
ones.
cool.
Yeah.
Because obviously there has to be.
The ones
right,
I have,
yeah,
you'll
yeah.
be surprised because I got a. It's got an illuminator on there with reticles, so you can zero in on it.
Or else or else
You'll see. Like
something that
right
you can
now, you could actually
plug in
almost.
some sort of a data cable where you can
Those are
Yes.
download to something. You know,
Yeah.
the video.
Totally agree. We're at 1:40, gentlemen.
Hour 40 minutes.
Hour 40 minutes in. Did you think it was longer or shorter?
Shorter.
I thought it was shorter too. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we start going, it's a good one.
So as far as going in depth, like
In depth of
all
what?
those that you've referenced, I myself have not gone that far into it.
Are you talking about unacknowledged and
Yeah,
Dave,
yeah.
not
My
Dave,
experience,
Bob
for the
Lazar?
most part, has been solely what I've witnessed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me ask
That's
you,
my
how
big
much of you do you want to believe versus what you actually see?
I do want to believe.
I'd want
Yeah.
to believe every fucking
Me
thing
too.
I
At the
see.
same time, I don't
But-
believe
too.
that they're so superior than us. I believe that they're actually afraid of us because of our destructive tendencies and just our history from, let's just say, 2,000 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. Have you watched the beginning of Unacknowledged?
I've only read the description of what
Oh,
it's about.
The beginning
It is a
is-
good kind of
Yeah.
intro.
It makes me feel sick.
Yeah, the way
like
it
you watch it,
shows-
you're like, God, we are fucked up.
And I think
people,
that's
man."
why they've only made. I think they've made contact. I think it's been random, and I think it's been over the course of, let's just say, 3,000 years.
Who knows? Yeah.
I think that if they're, I don't know what their intentions are. Are they positive or they're negative? If they want to conquer us or attack us,
They
they
would've-
would have
yeah,
done it by
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Because now
I
we're
agree
much
with
more
that. I agree
advanced.
with that.
Yeah.
They would have, if they would have.
Yeah.
We
I
could put
agree
up
with
much more of a fight now
Yeah.
than we
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
2,000
I agree
years
with
ago.
that. You ever see the movie that Keanu Reeves? There was a remake, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see the aliens doing. I can see the aliens doing that. If they wanted to wipe us out, I could see them doing that by saying, "Look, you guys are too close to doomsday. We're gonna start over."
Right.
Maybe they have. Remember, I was telling you about Graham Hancock
Yeah.
and how he believes that this is like the third generation of
Which
mankind.
that could totally be freaking true.
Exactly. Who's to say it was a natural disaster? Who says like the aliens didn't come down and
Yeah.
go, "You guys aren't getting this right.
Yeah.
We're gonna wipe you out."
Or they could have
Start over again."
directed a meteor to hit us
Yeah.
too to make it all. So here's a thought, and this is way out there.
Awesome.
But yeah, but so
Do I need to drink for this one?
you might need to take it. No, I don't think it's too out there.
All right. This
Like
is
say
good.
these aliens are if they exist, have bases like what's the best place? Where's the best place to have a base? Under the ocean, right?
Yeah.
No one has any freaking clue where you're at. I mean, they can't get to you. We don't even we
The
know more
trench.
about the moon than we do the bottom of the ocean.
You're
I
right.
think.
You're right. You're right.
So these aliens could have, if they exist, could have been here. Fuck, who knows? 20 million years. Throw a number out there. Take your freaking pick. Well, they could have been. I mean, they could have been living here the whole time, and we're just like. It's just like going into like
Hollow
the
Earth theory?
jungle in Africa when we see chimps and monkeys. They have no idea there's an outside world other than that. Than us coming in there
You're right. That's a
And-
good point.
under the ocean. They could have been here for 20 million years, and they kind of come out to do their thing, whatever. This
They
that.
could be in Antarctica.
Right.
Yeah, under the ice for
Under
sure.
all-
Yeah,
with all
that
ice,
would
and
probably
they
be
come
better
up,
than
and they
the
come
ocean.
up through the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
could,
better than the ocean.
could totally see that.
And that could have been they could have evolved into that for
Yeah.
over 20 million years or whatever.
Right.
And yeah, I'm thinking out loud, and just a thought I had.
No, I dig it. I love.
Still looking up, look
no.
down.
What's that?
Still
well,
looking
yeah.
up, look down.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Well, you've heard the hollow
both.
Earth theory, right?
Yeah,
The Nazis believed in the hollow
Yeah.
Earth
Yeah,
theory.
yeah.
and
And isn't that where David Icke thinks that's the reptilians came
Right,
from?
right.
They're
Oh,
hanging
really?
out. They're hanging out
in the core
of the
yeah.
Earth. Yeah. There's a whole civilization underneath the Earth. We're
You know
just on
what?
the crust.
One of the presidents looked into that.
You're right. I remember that. It wasn't Obama. It was Clinton.
No, I thought it was farther back.
Further back,
Oh,
right?
really?
Yeah, I thought so. Like one of them.
Hollow Earth.
I don't know
theory.
how far he went into that. Put
I'm gonna put President Hollow Earth.
what president looked
Yeah.
into Hollow Earth? Excuse me.
President Hollow. Did it come up yet?
No, but I would put what president?
U.S. President Hollow Earth.
Few people over decades working.
John Quincy Adams once approved the expedition
There
to
you
the
go.
center of the earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And-
So I was far. I said, who did I say?
Clinton.
Just a few hundred years.
Yeah.
But and you know what?
Hollow Earth theory. Yeah.
Back in that day, I don't really blame him because they're a little
Yeah,
more
of
naive
course,
than we
yeah.
are. Now, if someone looked into it, I think we know pretty much. I mean, I would guess we know what's in the middle of the earth. But who the
The
fuck knows?
president and the mole people. Who's this?
Mole
John
people.
Quincy.
Mole people. that-
Okay,
that-
John
that-
Quincy
I've been there
Adams.
for a while,
John
but-
Quincy Adams must have had a lot of drugs by him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. to get-
Or his staff was high on something.
Yeah, that's
Give
the
it a
Hollow
direct-
Earth theory, that there's millions of levels in it. Yeah, John Quincy Adams, the sixth president of the sixth president
right.
Sixth.
and son of the second,
The
grew up
son of the second.
with every educational opportunity and took full advantage of all of them.
Yeah.
I gotta read this one. I gotta save this. Yeah, that's Hollow Earth theory. I think the Nazis heavily believed in that.
And Antarctica as well.
Antarctica
Yes,
was huge. I know the Nazis. I think they.
I
put
think they have a
out
base.
there.
They have
there.
a base out there.
There's remnants. of
There's
it,
some. If you
Did you hear about the Nazis that set up base in South America? You know who Tim Kennedy is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He has a whole special on History Channel called Finding Hitler,
okay.
and he actually goes to Colombia or somewhere in South America.
no,
Argentina
it's,
that he
Argentina.
flies to.
Argentina, yes, that's it.
Argentina.
They have the entire colony speaks German.
Yes.
It's just it looks
Yes.
they have German
Is it still like that,
architecture.
though, or no?
Yeah,
It's still
I
like
think so.
that?
I think so. We're,
Yeah.
I heard
heard
it's
that,
called
and-
like Johannesburg or something like that
And-
in Argentina. Yeah.
You know how they think Hitler might have escaped?
Yeah.
And I think it's possible.
I think it's absolutely possible.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe it 100%, but it's definitely,
I think
especially back then, they could fake stuff a lot
Yeah,
easier.
absolutely. And you don't think Hitler had contingency plans in
Right.
case shit
Oh,
went
for
wrong?
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, if he's looking for the Holy Grail
Yeah.
and aliens, he
Yeah.
has
Right.
contingency plans.
Yep.
Guy was
And
paranoid.
I think there were some government programs looking into
Yeah.
tracking all these, leads down that people say Hitler was still alive and all that.
Yeah.
But I think they were ahead of that. They were already figured that he would have had a contingency plan and
Right.
was looking into that.
Yeah, that's.
I don't think it's out of the realm.
I don't think there's anything out of the realm of possibility. To be honest, I think.
If out of the stuff we're talking about,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm saying.
exactly
That's what I'm
right
saying.
there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's more believable than,
Yeah,
than what
shit
we've
we're
been talking about. What have we hit? We've hit everything. Like multiverse. That's the only thing we haven't hit. Is multiverse. You know.
Yeah.
That could be what the aliens are. They could be a different version of us that are 100 years more advanced than we are now, and they're just
More
coming
like
through
a
an
million,
dimensional
maybe.
point. Yeah.
The way they're, but
The
no,
way that they move, for sure.
yeah,
Just like a status report.
yeah. But did you watch the first episode of that History Channel show? I think it was called
Was that
Unidentified.
That's unacknowledged. You're talking about unacknowledged?
No, Unacknowledged is Greer's.
Unidentified. Is that Netflix?
Which one was Greer's?
Unacknowledged.
Okay, Unidentified. I think was search Unidentified
just with the
History
last-
Channel.
Was that
Okay.
recent?
Yes.
Yeah, my dad pointed it out.
Oh,
to me. Last week. I haven't watched all of it.
I think the guy's last name is Elizondo or something like that.
History Channel, episode 1.
Okay, yeah. So
though.
this talks about this is an awesome episode. Watch it like tonight or whatever.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say this is 41 minutes. Dude.
Yeah,
We
no.
can't watch it.
Watch
Yeah.
it. It's really good. It talks about the
Yeah, it's recent. Okay.
the tic tac toe UFO.
Tic-tac-toe.
There was a couple things about the USS Nimitz, and that
But
was
hey, wait. That actually goes to your theory about them being underwater.
because
Because the tic tac toe wasn't there.
Both of them were
Something
above water.
under. No, but there was something
Right.
under the water,
Yeah.
and they were
Yeah.
around it,
Yeah.
zipping around.
Well, it was above. Then it dropped from like 80,000 feet to like 50 feet above
Instant.
sea level in like
Yeah.
0.78
Yeah.
seconds, and then it went below the
It was
surface.
yeah.
And the aircraft carrier picked it up on sonar.
Yep.
And the other thing that happened, so say right here is the U.S. Navy plane right here. So and then the UFO was right here. So I guess the Navy plane gets coordinates from. You ever see those big planes that fly in your
Yes,
two discs
yes,
on top?
yes, yes.
They get the coordinates from where they're supposed to go.
Right.
From there.
From that
plane.
Yeah.
So and they're all in the ocean, mind you.
This thing kept matching it, right? Where
So-
it was supposed to go.
and everything's encrypted. So that satellite plane gives the Navy fighter coordinates to go to a certain area of the ocean, and obviously it takes this guy a few
Yes.
minutes to get there.
Yes.
He sees a sighting. He gets the coordinates. He changes direction, goes towards that area. When he gets there, that UFO is right there.
Yeah.
Now, that's encrypted. How would he know to go. How would that
Breach
aircraft
the
go
encryption?
to know that?
My only thing is, let's
Yeah.
say Bob Lazar's telling the truth, right?
Yeah.
And they're reverse engineering a crash landing of a UFO.
Yeah.
Maybe the Tic Tac's a probe, and it's the U.S. government fucking with us.
Well, now
Or
well,
that
fucking with
shadow
who?
government, the shadow government, fucking testing
Now
out
that
the probe.
is my 100% other theory is
Yeah.
that these UFOs are a clandestine arm of the military or
Yep.
shadow government, and they have the technology. That is the other scenario, and honestly, I don't know which one I believe more. I think I'm leaning
That's what it
towards
looks
I'm leaning towards that one.
That's the government,
Yeah, that it's the government and arm of
and that's a sub underneath or something.
no, I think that was like the it was reacting with the water or something.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah, that little fucking thing.
But no, that's the other theory is that it's an arm of the military that has this advanced technology that's able to do that, and it's above our U.S. military. It's called the world military, I guess, if you want to say that.
Right. This happened in 2004.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it happened sooner.
No, and there's another one.
There's been another incident.
2015 account of the incident of FighterSweep.com interviews with one of the pilots. Oh, so these are pilots that are retired now, and
Yeah.
that's why they're talking.
Oh,
about
that first episode of that show I was telling you about interviews those guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Interviews
cool.
them.
I'm gonna have
It's
to
good.
check that out.
It's good.
I'm gonna check that out. That's one thing I've been loving that we've been doing is we have like this little. We gotta call ourselves something, guys. We gotta be cool and have a goofy nickname. Majestic 3.
Yeah. Three Stooges.
Yeah, that's more like it.
So they just released information saying that they're going to equip our military with UFO tracking radar now.
Able to pick up.
See, this is what's weird to me. Like this is
why
what's
now or why?
No, it's just all of a sudden, we're getting inundated with all this UFO. So either something's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick. I'm making a joke out of this, but real quick, we gotta say salute to all those people that are gonna raid Area 51 and find nothing but an empty warehouse.
So, yeah, exactly.
They moved all that
Always
shit.
talks about that.
Yeah.
Like,
They
these
moved
idiots
all that
are
shit
going
out of
to
there.
Yeah, okay. Again, that whole theory about look at the right hand, don't look at the left hand.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Why would they possibly,
Did you hear that the military responded back
Yeah.
going, "We're well ready for these people."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
sure
I mean,
they're
there's
well
signs we can use harmful or
authorized
deadly
use-
force.
yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Yeah.
Y'all be gunned down before you
You're gonna be
start.
gunned down, and believe me, there is
Yeah.
not going to be any social justice warriors.
You're right.
This was just my dad. No, dude,
Yeah,
you
your
had
dad-
signs.
Yeah, exactly.
You had signs.
You knew what you were
You
getting
know
into.
there's going to be guys that are crazier than us. Like, we just like to talk about it, right? And bullshit. There are guys who are like, I'm going to go fucking Area 51,
you
man. I'm
fucking
going
Martin.
to
Go
carry
ahead."
my fucking shotgun. I dare a soldier to come and take me on.
Yeah.
It's not going to be hard, buddy. Listen, Bubba, you're going to be taken out
They're gonna
before
leave
you
you
even
wherever
know.
they see you.
Yeah. He'd be like, I'd like them to take me.
Yeah.
Gone. That's it. But what were we talking about? Before I talk
radar.
about
Oh, why
no,
the soft
the
disclosure.
radar.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, the soft. You're calling it soft disclosure?
Yeah, they call it soft disclosure.
They're like
so-
preconditioning for us for the big
they're
events.
trickling it
Yeah,
down.
so either something's coming or the government's going to pretend something's coming
Right.
so that
An
we all can
illusion?
pull together.
Yeah.
New World Order. We're
Right,
all
right.
screwed by the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Here's my theory.
Go.
I do not think they will ever admit that there's aliens coming here. Ever. If they're gonna, so obviously
Mass
they're,
panic, to lose control.
no, they're obviously allowing this information with the
To be
Navy
released,
pilots to
yeah.
go out. So they're obviously acknowledging it and giving the okay to tell people there's stuff out there that's unidentified and moving
Yeah,
around
yeah.
and erratic movements and all that stuff. My theory is they're going to end up saying, you know what, it's advanced technology that we have. There's no way.
Why wouldn't they do it already? They've done that already.
Well, maybe because they're trying to hold it back. Because once they admit they have that technology, people are going to want to possess it. Like
our enemies.
No. I mean, like the public are going to say, well, let's use it for this. We
Oh,
can
for the greater good?
Yeah, exactly. So they're being kind of backed into a corner, I think, now.
Okay, I see where you're
So
going.
I don't think they'll ever admit that there's aliens coming here. Never. And there may not be aliens. Who the hell knows? But I don't think they'll ever admit that it's aliens. And they'll go maybe out on a limb enough to say, well, yeah, it's our technology. And you know what? By now, it might be.
Yeah.
It might be. Some of the stuff might be,
Right.
UFOs, whatever,
It's
but
questionable,
alien.
yeah.
But I think by now, some of the stuff is...
Watch, we find
Could
out
be
that
ours.
Elon Musk was in charge of the Tic Tac.
Yeah.
Or he's
Did
one
you
of
hear
them.
about the Phoenix Lights?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
97?
When the governor, I forget his name, he actually said he saw it,
Yep.
and then they made him retract it. And he made a joke out of it
Yeah.
with his chief of staff,
Yeah.
whatever came out.
Yeah.
And then he's given interviews since then and saying, you know what, I was pressured into doing that. I definitely saw.
See,
something.
when it's stuff like that, that's what makes me go, "Oh, it's for real. It's for real." You know, that's what I found was really tough about. It's kind of a shame. What's really confusing about the whole conspiracy theories and UFOs and whatever rabbit hole you want to go down to in terms of whatever JFK, whatever you want to go down. Some of it's true, and then a lot of it's not.
Yeah.
And that's really hard to figure out who's the bullshitter, who's
Sits
not.
out this shit from the
Yeah,
truth,
and I think you helped me out with Dolan.
Yeah.
You know, because I think he's real credible because he wasn't looking for it.
No. At
Like,
least that's his story.
I get the
believe
feeling
it's-
Stephen Greer has always wanted to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe he took maybe he took DMT and he spoke and he thought he spoke to an
Yeah,
alien
yeah,
when
yeah.
it was really a goat.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
who knows? And he's been on a mission ever since.
Yeah.
Tom Dolan, I don't know.
Richard
I
Dolan,
mean,
yeah.
No.
Tom DeLonge.
DeLonge, sorry. DeLonge?
Yeah, he was actually, what is the band?
Blink 182.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it Blink 182?
I think it sounds right.
God, am I old?
Blink 182.
Blink
yeah.
182, right?
I think so. I think.
Who knows what drugs they did? But,
Yeah.
you know.
But here's the thing, though. He still has those people behind him right now.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So my whole thing is why Tom DeLonge?
Well,
Like-
here's the thing about that. We see what they're letting us see. We don't see the 50,000-foot view of their message what their plan is. So
You're
there
right.
might be reasons why they're using him. That he has a base with certain people.
He has a platform.
Yeah.
Following.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I think we're all in trouble one day if Tim Tebow comes out and says he was abducted by an alien or
Yeah.
something. We'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. All right,
it's
buddy.
over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
So, final thoughts. What do you think? Give me your UFO.
He's
Everything
gonna be
we've talked
abducted
about.
tonight.
Everything we talked about. What are you thinking? Anything sway your mind? Is there anything that we didn't discuss that you want to talk about? Aren't you a big chemtrail guy?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to. I mean, yeah, I guess I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
About 6-7 years I've been
Yeah, I don't know
following
too
him.
much
Do
about
you,
it.
do you think it's more weather control type thing, or do you think it's chemicals to dumb us down?
A combination. There's allegedly the elements of it fall into that 5G category as well,
Oh, yeah?
as well as the Project Blue Wing.
You mean almost like a lubricant for the 5G to spread out faster?
The ability to transmit.
To connect
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
They
Like-
can't think of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Connected.
All right. I don't
So-
believe in. I don't believe in the chemtrails, and the only reason I don't believe in that is because my theory is, well, who's ever spraying it up there, right? They got to. Their kids and their family have to breathe it down in here too.
Unless
Yeah.
they're persuaded that it's for
It's
the
not
greater
bad.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that angle.
One way to confirm, because a lot of people say, it's this contrails. Condensation trails will evaporate within like
right.
30 seconds. You also at the same time have to have been following this for, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years.
Right.
If you've noticed within the last 3 or 4 years, I mean, they kind of backed down. I want to say since Trump took office, they did back down some. I don't know. Maybe it's just coincidence. I don't know. I'd like to believe that he's playing a part in discouraging. I still
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
But 3 years ago, I mean, you'd see checker patterns up there.
Yeah,
Crisscross
see,
grid patterns.
I've only been hearing about. I've heard about it, but I've only been really kind of peeking into
Lightly.
it in the last year or so, just because
So-
I hear people talk about it, and I do see them, but
Yeah.
I
There
don't
are
know that much
times-
about it. I don't know that
So
much.
all you
Neither
have to
do I.
just at certain points when it's you don't even have to. They don't even have to be spraying. There are often times throughout the day, and it's semi-sunny out, if you just look up at the sky, look up at the sun, you will see those. You will see evidence of multicolored. How do I describe it? There's evidence in the sky. That
Vapors.
Here, and I'm playing devil's advocate here. Could it be the temperature of the atmosphere where
But
it's
why
at?
recent versus 10 years ago? I don't remember seeing rainbow,
No.
multicolored.
Well,
What's the
10
word
years
looking-
ago, wasn't our atmosphere a little bit better 10 years ago versus now?
Yeah, maybe.
in various areas of the country
Yeah.
and the world.
That's my other question. Chemtrails, is that happening in
Worldwide.
Russia? Is it happening in Asia?
I personally saw it in Germany when we were there. I saw it in
Okay.
Italy.
Yeah.
I saw it in Switzerland.
Okay, all right.
if you can pull up other areas of the country where other people are of the same interest, Russia. I really haven't seen it in Russia.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So it's Putin. Putin's
Yeah.
doing
he
it.
may be actually
Yeah.
standing up to it. Maybe
Talk
not.
about a fucking gangster. Do you hear what he did
Oh yeah, yeah.
with
I
Robert
didn't hear
Kraft?
what he did, but I do know that.
I mean, did you hear what he did to Robert Kraft?
No.
Took his Super Bowl ring. I mean, Robert Kraft has enough, and he can always buy a new
Was
one.
he in Russia? And
Yeah, they were doing like a meet and greet, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna do the worst Russian accent. In fact, I won't even do it. But he's like, hey, that's a cool ring. Can I see it? And he's like, yeah, sure. And he goes, okay, thanks. And he put it in his pocket, and he never gave it back.
What a-
And
what a
Kraft
dick.
was like, what the fuck's going on here?
Am I in a candid camera here?
Yeah,
What's going
and
on?
then what I understood is that people told Kraft, like, dude, don't. It's going to be a national
Yeah,
incident.
what are you gonna do?
Don't do it.
Yeah.
You're rich enough, just buy a new one.
You know, they'll give you a new
Just
one.
get a
I'm
new
sure
one.
after.
Yeah, you have 5 more.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah,
Or
or
something
they'll
like
give
that.
him a new one. You know.
I'm sorry, I interrupted chemtrails, but go ahead.
I was just trying to reinforce the. There's evidence that's taking place within the. If you've been following, if you look up during the day, not just at night.
Sean, you have a beautiful face. Quit hiding it. Put your hands down. There you go. There you go. Go ahead.
That you can see the multicolored rings around the sun. A lot of times they're on
And
the
that's
east
happened
and
10.
west.
That's happened. That's
Okay,
happened.
Within the
attention.
last
I'll have to
4 or
pay
5
attention
years,
more.
I have hundreds of pictures on my phone. I don't remember seeing that like 8, 10 years ago.
Well, you've studied it longer
Anyone
than I
can look
have.
up, and if you there's just like balls.
Yeah.
Sometimes it encircles like the entire circumference
feel
of the
dumber?
sun. Do I? No, I don't
Yeah.
feel
Is it
any
melting your eyes?
The physical effects. I mean,
No, I'm serious.
No,
I'm not
I
trying to
know,
be a jerk.
I know.
I'm serious.
so
like,
there's another part of that is what's referred to as, or it's slang, chemwebs.
chem webs. I've never heard of
Yeah,
that.
me
So
Chem webs.
yep, you'll see it. And I have pictures on my phone as well. They're real difficult to capture, but once I became aware and I searched out on my own.
And here's the
I've
I
kept-
think there's
These
something
guys?
to
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Well, I haven't seen anything like that to that great lengths. I mean, that's pretty extreme.
Like right here.
That.
This
the
this
second one to the left.
Which one?
this one right here.
Go down. That. Yes. That's not.
Dude, that looks
That's
like
not solid
that
evidence.
looks like cum on a fence.
That's what you're talking about?
No. So what?
Is it in the air?
It's
or
in the
is
air.
it-
So
oh, okay.
you'll catch. I have.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
So,
It did. It looked
I've
like
taken video. of my-
military chem web deployment. Massive
Looks
military.
like somebody
chem-
rubbed one out.
Yeah,
And they
Yeah,
shot it on
exactly.
The fence. Yeah.
That's what it looks like too.
Nah, see,
No?
that's different.
No?
That's extreme.
I think there's something to it, but I just don't know that much about it. You know,
You
I
have
don't-
to-
you know,
I mean, so,
there could be
That
there
discredits
could be
it.
something to it.
This? That's
yeah,
snowflake.
nah.
This?
I mean, that's extreme.
Sorry, man. It looks like people are jerking off all over.
Yeah,
on
no,
things.
I haven't seen anything like that. That's extreme.
Freak out about chem webs.
No, I haven't seen. It's not like
So
that.
you said you have a picture of chem webs, right?
Yeah.
You have one. Let me see it. We can
I
put it
have
on
to
the
go
camera.
Way back.
All right.
Um,
We'll keep talking until you find it.
Yeah, like I said, that I don't know too much about it.
I don't know too
but
much about it either. I guess I could
don't
look more.
So
into
hey,
it.
dismiss anything. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And that's I'm gonna bring up something
You,
else.
we can't disagree. Like we can't dismiss anything.
No, I
Like-
think almost anything is possible.
Yeah.
within-
Here, this is going right here. This is just
So,
random.
Is that
See that?
the rainbow thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the rainbow thing.
I see the rainbow thing, but where's the chem webs?
The webs. Well, I have to go way back. I kind of
So
backed
I'm
off.
gonna bring
'cause
up
it takes
another
a-
thing. So
Go.
while he's looking for that, now 9/11.
9/11. Oh, we
Now-
are you?
Control
That's a
demo?
different.
No,
that's
no,
a different
I'm just
podcast.
gonna bring something up. So my point is that
Look around the sun.
It just looks like I'm just seeing clouds.
You don't see. Look at that. Look at that around it. Look around the sun.
What do you
the
see?
hue around it.
Yep.
I mean, I see a hue. Oh,
But is that
hang on.
webs?
This hue here
Yeah.
or that one there?
No, that on the outer.
Oh,
Yep.
here,
Show me.
here.
Oh, that. Okay. That's
So
a
that's-
web. That's a web.
No, disregard the webs. I'm just. That's evidence of the sky being layered
All right.
with chemicals.
I think you guys can see that.
And it's
And again, I try
it's
to
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can see. Look at that right there.
Is-
It's dumping away.
Are you
Yeah.
sure? Are you sure
There.
that's not your camera?
No. I
Your
have
pixel picking up.
shitloads of
I'm talking about the sun. The sun part. How it has that little circle.
I've never. I mean, look. Have you seen that before?
No, that's
Oh, those
that's
are the,
definitely
is that
different.
the webs?
There's no webs.
Oh, okay. That's
I
That's
can't
definitely different. That's definitely different.
So the
for
webs, it's been like 4 or 5 years since
No, I'm not saying 9/11 was a conspiracy. I'm not saying that part. But what I'm talking about is like this. I don't know too much about it,
Right.
but there's questions that could be asked.
Look.
9/11, I think that there was questions that they could. There's certain things that, holy shit, why did that happen? That doesn't look right. Like that,
No, yeah.
like that building 7 that didn't get hit by the plane.
Dude, again, you and I could
Holy
talk.
shit.
You're talking about the hue around the sun, right?
Yep. You can see the multicolored.
Well, was it the
I
hue
see
there when you
what
took
you're
the
looking
picture?
at. I see
Look
what
at
you're
it.
looking
Was
at.
the hue there when you took the picture?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's look at that.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
did you see it with your naked eye when you took the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then,
It's
yeah.
right in your face.
So these are a bunch of chemtrails. This
Yeah,
is all crazy. That's nuts.
I have one. If I have to go back.
But like that right there, I've seen.
I've seen that 100
So
times.
that's why I mean
Is this a bunch of?
that could be Photoshop
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
You know
that's-
what? You
that's
know,
fake.
Yeah,
You can't. Yeah. Look at this guy.
So I have ones close. See the one on the right there where it says it's real? I have
Yeah.
ones that are close to that. Just being dumped on.
Where?
Right here.
Oh,
Why
okay.
chemist?
Where
why
it says
chemtrail
real, now go to the
conspiracy is
right.
real.
I have plenty like that.
What happens if I go to chemtrails proof images? What do we got? What the fuck?
See, it's an image, and I don't know if I believe every image I see.
Yeah, it's really hard to believe images now. Absolutely, when you can fake all this stuff. Remind me to show you that Joe Rogan thing. That's
I mean,
freaking
which
crazy.
one?
Here.
The when he talks about the chimp.
Oh,
hockey
the chimp.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that thing right next to the sun? What is
That's
that?
that's a
What's that little star?
that's a flare.
A flare of
That's
what?
from the camera.
How do you know that?
Because if you there's ways that people so a lot in the
Hang on a second, Sean. Keep that picture up. I want to see if that actually gets up on this. Let me see this. So people, we're talking about that small. Oh, you can't see
It's
that.
tough to see.
Damn,
It
do you see
distorts
it
it.
at all? What about here? If I do that.
Oh, it's better.
Yeah.
It's better, but it's not as good. I mean, it's better, but it's not as like good as you looking
Yeah.
at it.
But anyway, there's a small little dot, people. There's a small little dot, and it looks. It looks.
It will be in every picture. Look.
It's crazy. Oh, okay.
That's
That's
a
from the
reflection.
camera.
That's from the camera.
So then, how do you know that circle around the sun is?
Well, that's why I asked him if he saw it without it.
But
And he
now
said
you
he
don't.
did.
It's not in that picture.
That's right there.
Not the halo. What you call it?
The halo's up top.
No, nothing. But nothing like those other pictures.
You're right. Nothing like those.
Well,
but,
yeah,
but
well,
there was a lot
it's-
more cloud.
The other one was consistent, a circle.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
There'll be
So what does
plenty
the
of-
circle mean? What do you think the circle means?
It's just the chemicals reacting to the reflection of the sun.
I would believe, because I know DARPA for a long time has been trying to control weather. So I can see chemtrails being weather. Like weather manipulation.
Yeah.
But like these.
Does it rain? Have you put that together? Like, does
The-
it rain more? Or?
No, see, I've noticed like as far as actual weather control, it's sometimes the weather will be consistent.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be.
No
for-
changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may have started off with those intentions. They're like, hey, you know what? We could do more with this. So there are other theories that the planes are fake. These
The what are fake? The what are
The
fake?
planes are fake. Fake planes.
So what's giving?
Oh,
giving
the
out
planes
the-
are fake?
What's
So
giving out the?
falls into the alien category.
Well,
So-
what's giving out the trails?
So it's just they're illusions, holographic.
I know what you're saying. So what you're saying is this UFO gives a holographic illusion that it's a plane and it's spraying out stuff.
Exactly.
That's a
'Cause-
little David Icke.
So wait, so it's a UFO, not an actual.
Yeah.
It's hit like a.
So that right there, that is not a UFO.
See, look at the
I mean,
plane.
that's a
That's not-
UFO.
So
That's
look,
not a plane.
If you enter fake planes,
Yeah.
chemtrails,
Fake plane? Can I do
Well,
that?
let me ask you this: if they can make that look like that plane look like a UFO, why don't they make the stuff invisible so you can't even see it?
What am I doing? Fake
Because
planes what?
because one is real, one is
Fake planes what? Fake planes what?
chemtrail. Because people say, well, just like you said, the pilots breathe in the same air as us.
Oh, that's a wicked picture, but I can't.
I've tried to zoom in so many times.
You
They're-
kill us. It's just an image. You cannot.
Yeah,
believe it.
that's
You
what I'm
can't-
saying.
no,
That's
yeah.
why it's
Yeah.
so hard for me.
I've
To...
had ones that I've tried to zoom in once I found out what.
If
other
you
people-
Google UFO images, you're gonna see all kinds of shit that that
fucking
look
do it.
really real.
Let's fucking
But
do it.
yeah, there's gonna be stuff that is gonna look real, but
UFO images, right?
Yeah, I will not take any of it.
I just have to
value.
put UFO. We're already in images.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I won't even like. Oh, this is from the gun camera, or the I know that.
I know
was
that's the
from the
Tic Tac,
gun
right?
camera. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
heard.
the other thing was too, and that gun camera, a typical aircraft is going to give a heat signature because there's an engine.
Yes.
And it lights up, and it
Yes.
shows heat. None of
That
them
looks
show heat.
that looks weird.
None of it shows heat.
That looks
yeah.
weird.
I mean,
But you don't. Yeah, that could be a really good artist, and they just put it
yeah,
on the.
I can't buy any.
You
of it.
can't buy any pictures anymore at all. Ever.
Zero.
Yeah. Yeah, the Phoenix Lights. That was that big triangular thing shape, right?
Yep.
It was multiple
And then the military said they sent up flares or some shit.
Chinese lanterns.
Yeah,
swamp
that's
gas.
crazy. So that's interesting. Yeah, I guess if I believe in UFOs, if I believe in conspiracy theories to a point, if I believe in UFOs to a point, you got to believe in chemtrails to a point. Like you just have to be open minded to it.
Right.
So,
So the chemtrail part of it, when they got farther into it, was it kind of correlated with the Project Blue Beam / alien invasion. Because if you follow the chemtrails,
I'm believing this alien invasion shit more than I'm believing.
Like that they're gonna stage one.
Yes,
because
yes.
To
the
me, that
chemtrails
is
have
so. I don't know. I mean, they're gonna stage alien invasion.
If
People are
there's
really
if
buying
there's
into
if
that.
there's a secret if there's a dark state.
when society starts
Or-
to really breach that there's others beyond that are controlling, and it's about to be revealed, and they're losing control. That's their last resort.
But the thing is, if they, I think, so they say they staged the alien invasion.
We all come together under one.
I think
The Antichrist.
it's more likely that people are gonna freak the fuck out,
They will,
and
they're
you're
gonna
not
look
gonna
to-
control them.
but they're going to look for somebody to save them.
Yeah,
That's
one
where
world
the-
order, one world
that's where the
government.
Antichrist is.
Let's
Well,
all
we're
grab
already there.
hands
Yeah.
and let's take on the
The
aliens.
one world
yeah.
order is already there.
Yeah, right.
Huh?
That one world government, we're already there.
It's
Yeah.
being that.
Oh, you're talking about the secret, the Illuminati? Let's just call it.
well,
that.
yeah, I guess
'Cause I think we're-
lack of a better word.
I think
yeah.
we're closing on to the point that they're
It's a
losing
world
control.
world government.
We're about the breach. They're about to be revealed.
The
Maybe
aliens?
who?
Not the aliens, the one world government. It's about to come to the forefront.
But the thing is, I think that they would have a better way of.
Mass hysteria. To
No,
create
if they. So you're
control.
afraid of everybody realize, oh, really is a world government, and that's not fair. or
and
something?
all of us coming together as one instead of the divide and conquer.
But why would they need a alien invasion to do that? We can say, you know what, we're forming a world government, and they could manipulate us 10 different ways from fucking
Let me
Sunday
tell you this.
to be able to say, oh yeah,
I
this
see
is
where
why
you're
it's
going.
good.
I see where you're going. If all right, let's say I'm the head of the world government, and I say, Sean, listen, Nick, listen. If we pull together and we're all working together,
we can defeat
hunger's
them.
gone.
Yeah.
Poverty's gone. If we get everybody together and we work all together, I guess what Nick is saying is, wouldn't that be a better?
Yeah.
Let's all get together versus,
They can-
dude, aliens are here. We gotta huddle up. We gotta
But
fucking
what's the
hunker
grounds
down.
to do so?
Huh?
What's the grounds to do so? They need.
The grounds to do
create
so
the
is
world government.
Yeah, but they need a cause.
Well, they can say they can help. They can all
world
be one.
peace would be a
Yeah,
cause
yeah,
too, is
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
but
Yeah.
they've been saying that for 20, 30
No,
years.
they've been
Right
trying.
now,
to-
they can say we can execute it right now.
But maybe it's to. I see where you're going too. Maybe it's to get the people that would not join the world government unless they think they have
that
no
resist.
choice. Yeah,
And they're forced.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you guys aren't Muhammad followers,
Right.
so we're not going to follow your one world order.
So now we have to disregard our beliefs because we're about to face something that the only way we can defeat them is coming together at one, as one.
It's an interesting theory, and I can't say no to it.
Yeah, right.
I see where you're coming
Extreme?
from, and I see
Yeah.
where you're coming from. No, I see
Extreme.
both sides.
Yeah,
I can
right.
see them doing both sides.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. We're getting a little nuts now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly. It's more controllable to say, you know what, we can see these starving kids. We can put a
Yeah.
stop to that.
Yeah,
Show
guys.
videos, get sympathy from the
Yeah.
public. We can stop this, but we got to join together as one world government. We can work together better. Blah blah fucking blah.
Yeah.
And
That would be the slogan for New World Order.
But
Blah,
they-
blah,
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
blah.
yeah. Yeah. And then they could, and if that
Imagine
didn't
a
work,
hat. We should get a
Then
hat.
they swords.
Yeah.
We should get a hat and call it blah, blah, fucking blah. Woo. So, Nick, final
Yeah.
thoughts.
Fuck, I don't know. It was fun. We touched on a lot of shit that we kind of bullshit on.
Well, that's-
but we saved some of it. I remember you and I had some conversations. You know what?
Yeah.
Let's just not go there. Let's wait
Yeah.
and then talk now. But
Yeah.
it was fun. It
Yeah.
was fun.
I think we should do this a lot more.
Yeah.
I think we should talk about more subjects like JFK, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah,
Are you
read
into that
that
O.J.
book.
Simpson thing?
As far as if
As
he's guilty
far-
or not?
No. As far
I
as
think everybody
like,
knows the
just,
answer to that.
just
Yeah.
talking about it, it is a fascinating case.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's ever been a case like it.
No,
right?
no.
It's like if Michael Jordan was. I think
Not quite.
that would be the next thing that happened, though. Like
Oh,
that
yeah,
would be the
yeah.
one thing that would make you go, "Whoa, okay, let's everybody see if Michael
Yeah.
Jordan did it." Now, actually, I take it back. Was he the first superstar that got in trouble like that?
For murder?
Yeah.
At that level, I think so.
Because I remember when Robert Blake got in trouble for
Yeah,
murder, we
yeah.
were all like, "Whatever,
Yeah.
you just did it. You just,
Yeah.
It's not O.J. Simpson." So like, if let me think, if what's his face? I was just trying to get to not Michael Jordan.
There's been other athletes, but nothing to the level of
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Nothing
Right.
to that level.
So, but that's a fascinating case.
It's incredible.
We're gonna do a podcast. I
think-
got to do a lot more research. I
It's
have a feeling I have to catch up to
9/11,
him.
I
Yeah.
think would be a good one.
9/11 would be awesome.
So-
JFK assassination.
yeah.
Just read somebody else's input
On which
that
one?
many
JFK
other people
or-
seem to believe as far as 9/11.
Here's the thing about that.
Controlled
No.
Just to touch on it. Just to touch
Right,
on
right.
All right,
it.
preview.
Just to touch on
Preview.
There's it's kind of a little bit of like the JFK thing. There's so much shit out there
Yeah.
that's convoluted, but there are things like that building 7, not the one that got
Right,
hit,
right.
the one next to it.
Yes.
That thing fell. It crumbled.
Completely fell.
And
Nothing
they
hit
acknowledged
that.
it
Yes.
prior to
Nothing
hitting
hit it, and it
I
crumbled.
agree.
It
And-
collapsed before they announced it on the
Oh,
news.
they said pull it.
Via.
Yeah, it said pull it. You hear someone say pull it. And I don't know
Really?
how true.
You
Yeah,
heard that?
Yeah, but I don't know how true that is. It might be, someone edited that in there or whatever. But someone did say there was the fire chief or something with the New York Fire Department or some kind of authority department in New York said pull it. Use the words pull it, and it went down. Now, the other thing is just to touch on it. Apparently, I don't know how true this is, that no other steel structure was built. I mean, no other steel structure has ever gone down from a fire.
Yeah.
It burned, but
But
it
it
didn't
collapsed.
collapse
Yeah.
on that. And I've heard theories like, oh yeah, the World Trade Center, it was built to withstand an airplane hit. And that's what I say to certain people. And they're like, oh yeah, it was built to withstand a hit, but not the burning fuel. Well, what did they think? The plane would not have fuel in it?
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
that was the argument, because I told my cousin about that. He's actually in politics. My cousin Frankie, the one that I told you knew,
Okay,
that other
yeah.
celebrity I was talking about. He's in politics, and he's like, yeah, but it was built to take.
He's in politics.
Yeah, he's in politics. Yeah,
Like a
high
politic
level.
guy?
Yeah, he's a politician. Yeah, he's a consultant too for local politicians. And
Might want to get
Long
that guy.
Island.
What is he?
Long
Left
Island.
wing, right wing.
He is. I don't want to say it on camera.
Okay.
Just for whatever.
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
I don't know what he.
You don't want to label him? Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I
has
don't
to
label
speak
him.
for himself.
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
it. I
yeah.
get it.
But yeah, he's like in Long Island. Local mayor.
You don't have to say anymore. East Coast.
Yeah, it was East Coast on Long Island.
You
New
don't
York.
have to say anymore
Yeah.
where he stands.
Interesting. Very
But,
cool. Very cool.
Where was I going with that?
You were
Oh
going
yeah,
on
he said
9/11.
because we kind of brought up or shooting the shit, and he's like, well, it was built to withstand a plane hit, but not the fuel that burned everything. I'm like, well, so and so. What did they think? The plane was flying on air? They had to have fuel in it.
Yeah, right.
So, and then again, you hear the other things about jet fuel is by by nature, because it can crash into neighborhoods and stuff. It's made to burn quickly and go
fast.
away.
Yeah.
And it also says jet fuel doesn't burn hot enough to melt steel.
Right.
All kinds of crazy shit like
Right.
that. But it's definitely. I'm not saying it was a conspiracy. But I'm saying there's a lot of things that have been brought up that make you think.
Pique your
huh,
interest. They go, huh?
Yeah. No shit.
Things that make you
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And things you'd like to have addressed by someone who knows a lot more than I do about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys in? We can get together more and
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah. Sure.
conspiracy theories. Just shoot the shit, have some drinks. 3 guys, 3 stooges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or 3 stooges with aluminum hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tinfoil
Tinfoil
hats.
hats.
Yeah, tinfoil hats. That's it. That's it. Cool. I'll end it there.
Yep.
My final thought will be. This is fun talking. I still am on the fence about it all. I guess I'm 51-49 with everything. Like, and that 2% or that 1 extra percent that puts me over the fence is I want to believe in this stuff so bad. I want to believe in Bigfoot. I want to believe in Loch Ness Monster. I want to believe in all the fun stuff out there, the magic in the world. But it's I'm still stuck on this. Like, we're getting inundated now with all of this UFO stuff. I'm thinking something's coming, man.
Yeah.
Something's coming.
Sooner
I don't know.
than later.
And maybe they're doing this now so that we're not paying attention to it, or so that voters sit there and think that Trump's the only one that's going to take on the aliens and we'll win? I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, like
Who
I
knows?
said,
Who knows what the point?
We don't
maybe
know
they're
that
just trying.
10,000-foot bird's
Maybe
eye
they're
view of
trying to
what the plan
distract us from something else.
Yeah.
That's my only thing. So I think we'll end it there,
All right.
gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. That's it. So
Let's
we'll
look
see you
at-
guys later.
let's go
Take
from
care.
there.
See ya.
Let's go look through some
Let's
night
look at
glasses.
Let's definitely look at stuff. Have another drink and look at stuff.